We'll come back to that game with a little bit of breakup of the scores once I log in, but that's very interesting indeed. So West Indies have been restricted by Pakistan, but of course Pakistan do pack some wonderful bowlers as well.
Good running between the wickets there. Knocked it into the leg side through mid-wicket, and the batsman knew straight away that there was an opportunity for 2 runs, and the non-striker running back, making it easily.
You're certainly right. It's all about rotating strike and keeping the momentum, picking up the runs as it comes by. It can be a run, it can be a single, it can be a 2, but it's very, very important to keep the momentum and also pick up runs as the innings is built up very, very comfortably as well. That's what Colombo has done. 131 as the next delivery once again is taken and or rather punched down towards the long off region. So Angelo Jaisinger is looking pretty good out there. He's got to 33 now, and with him is Kitruan Vitanage. Well, when it suits him, he can open those broad shoulders of his Simon. He can swing the bat and to good effect as well.
Yeah, he's a fine talent. We actually had some T20 practice games here earlier in the year where he really did open his shoulders and played a couple of useful knocks for his team that played in that one. So know about his pedigree really well, and really hope that he takes these opportunities and shows people what he can do. But also good to see a killer bowling here. He's been out of the frame for a little while, and he's come back here, and he's really he's bowling some decent stuff. You know, he's 3 overs, gone for 9 runs. So anything under 4 and over on this pitch, and you're bowling some really good stuff. So very pleasing to see, because another young man who continuously works at his game and goes about it very quietly.
Well, you're certainly right. 22 overs have been completed in the Colombo innings. 134 for the loss of 2 wickets. And Dilshan Munawira, well, he made 86 in this innings of 135. And adequate support was given to him by Angelo Jaisinger, who has now got to 33. And the men out, well, man out rather. Well, they lost 2 wickets. 2 wickets lost. Let me quickly come back to that. Ravindra Gunasekara, well, he fell for no score. And Angelo, and of course Dilshan Munawir, I beg your pardon, who fell for 86. A little bit of confusion in taking a look at the score sheet. Chaminda Diesela is doing wonderful work here indeed, helping us out with the statistics. And yes, now we see the 23rd over in progress, second delivery has been played down towards the long on region. Simon, I suppose the batsmen will have to keep their composure. They will have to look at the scoreboard. They will have to take things as it comes their way and pick those loose deliveries and pick runs.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the crucial thing here for these two is to just keep rotating the strike, put the bad ball away to the boundary, but ultimately just keep wickets in hand now. If you can tick along at 5 and over here for 10 overs or so, create a good partnership that allows your big hitters still to come into Sara Pereira and others to then really put the foot on the gas and get their team over the line.
What would be the game plan of Galle should be, Simon? I would love to see them playing a little bit more attacking cricket. Right now you could see they are playing a little bit more defensive, playing the wait and see game to see whether the batsman will make a mistake and give a wicket away. But is that what they should be doing, or they should be pushing for a wicket here?
I think it's a big part of the modern game is how do you take wickets in the middle overs. The old way of 50 over cricket used to be to sit back and wait till the death, but for me the teams that are really moving forwards in world cricket are the ones that have worked out how they're going to take wickets in the middle overs. So spinners' job is to stop the runs, but also they've got to find ways of taking wickets.
Well, you're certainly right, and perhaps the finest example in attacking cricket would be the Australians, the type of cricket they play and also their approach to the game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Always remembered Shane Warne saying if you're going to make a decision, always make a positive one, and that's certainly something I would encourage any player to do.
Well, you're certainly right, and that's a good bit of cricket that had been played softly on the leg side, and the field had run only about 5 yards but there was a good start by the non-striker. So if any youngsters are watching this is how this game should be played. Rotate in the strike, and if you are the non-strikers, then take a good decent start and give that confidence to the striker. Yes, you are backing him up, and if the call is right, and you run across quickly to the other side, and of course you sprint and take the run, and then of course you make sure that you ground your bat and get into safety, and that should certainly be a very, very encouraging indeed. 139 for 2 Colombo. 23 overs have gone. They're chasing 300 to win after Galle Provincial team put up a very decent score, if not a very substantial score of 299. Well, they look to be going easily beyond 330, 340 at one stage, with Tupul Taranga and Dimun Karunatha in full swing. A partnership of 174 runs, which came up in even time, and both batsmen batting brilliantly well, but loss of a few wickets and pegged them back, and Colombo came back into the team, into the match very strongly to restrict them finally to 299. And here they are now chasing 300 to win, 139 for 2 in just 23 overs. So Chaminda has given me some good statistics also. Once again, 162 balls remaining and 161 runs to win this match for Colombo.
Yeah, well, a former captain of mine always told me that a runner ball is never easy to get. So on that basis, where we're sitting at the moment is a difficult task. But this does look a very good pitch, and it doesn't look to have altered throughout the day. So for me, these two batsmen should be taking the responsibility for their team and getting them as close to the target as they can at this stage.
Well, yes, plenty of gaps on both sides of the field, and that's what the Colombo batsmen are making use of, just dabbing at it, pushing it to the gap and taking off immediately. Good call in between the wickets, and the start being taken by the non-striker, and now you can see Upul Taranga is bringing in a little bit of pressure, employing a slip field. Akila Dhananjay is certainly troubling the batsman, bowling very well. He has got out to a good line, a good length as well, and he's keeping the batsman pegged down, and he's doing a good job.
Yeah, you know, we haven't got too many off spinners in this country at the moment, so to see a young bowler like Akila come on and bowl like this is very encouraging, because there seems to be a lot of left-handed batsmen in international cricket these days, so to find a few off spinners that can compete for that position is very encouraging.
Well, yes, and if once again, if any youngsters is listening, and what Simon was saying is, when a left hand is batting, and if an off spinner comes and bowls, the ball is going away from the left hand, and it makes it that much more difficult, and also brings in that little bit of doubt into the batsman's mind, because the ball is moving away from you, and they will be a little bit more careful in playing their shots, and that's the reason always off spinner is brought in moment a good left hander comes into bat.
Yep. Killer in the past was renowned for being able to bowl a variety of deliveries, but he's really worked hard on his stop delivery being his off-spin delivery, and you know, today he's showing the reward for all that good work. So batsmen here really don't know whether to stick or twist at the moment with regards to a Killer. At the moment they're trying to rotate the strike, but you know, even that's proving a little difficult. So it might be interesting to see if someone tries to take him on a little bit and knock him off his length, but we'll see how things go over the next few overs.
You're certainly right. 24 overs completed in the meantime, and 142 runs on the board, and 36 to Angelo, and then there is Kitruan Vitanage on 19. So both batsmen settling down to play a long, grueling innings, a long way off the winning post yet, but the success of Akila Dhananjay, we were talking many a time, Simon, most of the bowlers of the Galle, they were pushing the ball a little bit too quicker, and they were trying to get pace off the wicket as well, which was helping the Colombo batsman. But Akila Dhananjay is holding the deliveries back, is bowling at a much slower pace, and that has made things very difficult for them.
Yeah, a bit of sloppy cricket there by the Galle team. Batsman again putting the boundary fielder under pressure, running hard, coming back for two, and then the keeper going for a throw to the non-striker's end has given the Colombo team an extra run. So a bit of sloppy cricket, but very well run by the Colombo batsman, putting the fielders under pressure.
Well, you're certainly right. And when you play a shot as a batsman and you take the first run fast, that certainly puts the little bit of pressure on the fielder. And then when you show the intention that you're turning for the second, and if you're taking the first run quicker, certainly there is a possibility and that the fielder can make a mistake. And that's what we saw. The throw came in wide to the wicketkeeper, picked it up, and he thought that he can run the batsman as a non-strikers in through it, but there was nobody covering up from behind.
Yeah, massive part of the game nowadays in one-day cricket is putting those boundary riders under pressure. So as soon as you hit the ball, sprint as hard as you can, and one small fumble and you can get back for two, no problems at all.
That's certainly right. So here we see Zeko Prasanna coming back into the attack, and this time you could see that he's holding the ball back a little bit and also throwing a little bit slowly as well and cutting the pace off. Yes, you could see that, and he's also getting some bite of the wicket as well. And this time the batsman coming down the track, though there is a appeal that it's more in hope than in hope and anticipation than there being a chance for that to be given out. Certainly the ball was missing the leg stump as well, no question about that. As we watch the replays, Colombo 145 for 2.
He's come on here, Siku, bowled a better length and line, so that's encouraging for Galle. Important thing here is that they just keep bowling dot balls and building pressure.
That's certainly right. Next delivery given the width, and the batsman on the back foot drives it well down to the sweeper cover region. And Kitruan Vitanage is looking good. He's on 22 now. Angelo Jaising is on 36. The target is 300. They've got to 145, almost at halfway mark now. And also, if you look at the over rate, that's also at halfway mark. So they have everything wrapped very comfortably in their favor at the moment. They got to keep the wickets. Of course, there are some good hitters to come as well from Colombo. There is Sahan Jayasuriya, Ravindra Gunasekara, Sachin Senanayaka. Goodness me, he certainly can swing the bat, as he did play a small cameo the other day. These 18 runs just coming off 6 deliveries, and that was wonderful bit of hitting as well. Thisara Perera is there. Oh, one would like to see Thisara Perera getting into full swing as well. And of course, Dinesh Chandimal has still not made his way into the middle.
Yeah, well, the Galle bowling attack have come back quite well here, because after 10 overs, the score was around 70. So, after the last 15 overs, they've pulled it under 5 runs and over. So they'll be quite pleased with that. If they maintain that level, then that starts to put a little bit of pressure back onto the batting side, and who knows, mistakes may happen.
Well, you are certainly right, Simon. The pressure is on the two of us. We have forgotten to take a look at the overs. 25 overs have been completed. Colombo has got to 146 for the loss of 2 wickets, chasing 300 to win.
ලකුණු 146යි කඩලු 2යි කොළඹ කණ්ඩායම හම්බායන ඉලක්කය ලකුණු 300යි ඇන්ජලෝ ජයසිංහ නොදවි ලකුණු 38යි වගේම කිත්රුවන් විතානගේ ලකුණු 22යි හොඳ ආරම්භයක් ලබා දුන්නා ඩේෂන් මුණවිල ලකුණු 86ක් ලබාගෙන මේ වෙන විට තාමත්ම හොඳ සමබරතාවයක් ගොඩනගමින් සිටිනවා මේ ක්‍රීඩකයන් දෙදෙනා.
දිල්ෂාන් මුණවීරගේ ඉනිම නිසා තමා මේ වගේ පිතිකරුවන්ට ඇවිල්ලා යම් කිසි කාලයක් ලැබෙන්නේ පිටියේ ලකුණු එකේව ලබාගෙන හිමින් සීරුවේ ඔවුන්ගේ මානසිකත්වය වැඩි කරගෙන ක්‍රීඩා කරන්න දුවද්දී දැවි යාමකට හසු වෙන්න ඉඩ තිබුණා. පන්දුව විකට්ටුවේ වැදුනා නම්
ඇන්ජලෝ ජයසිංහ කෙලින්ම දිව යනවා පන්දුව ලබාගෙන කෙලින්ම එල්ල කරන්නේ පන්දු යවනාගේ අන්තයට කඩුල්ලේ වැදෙනවා නම් මිසක වශයෙන්ම දැවි යාමක්.
දශුන් ශානක තමයි පන්දු රැකගත් පන්දු රකින්නා ඔවුන්ගේ එල්ලේ හරියට තිබ්බනම් අපිට දැක්කන්න තිබ්බා ඇන්ජලෝ ජයසිංහගේ ඉනිම අවසන් වෙනවා. නමුත් ඇන්ජලෝගේ වාසනාවකට එය කඩුල්ලේ වැදුන්නේ
තරගයේ හරි අඩක් ඉමද තම ලකුණු 150 වාර්තා වනවා කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමට පන්දු ඕවර 25ක් අවසානයේදී හරි ආකාරයටම පන්දු ඕවර සංඛ්‍යාවත් එයා සමාන විතරව තිබෙනවා. ඒ වගේම ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවත් එයා සමානව ලකුණු 150ක් ලබාගත යුතුව තිබෙනවා ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්නට.
ඔව් ලකුණු 6ක වේගයක් තමයි රඳවාගෙන තියෙන්නේ. ඉදිරියටත් ලකුණු 6ක වේගයක් තමයි රඳවාගෙන යන්න ඕනේ කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමට මේ ලකුණු 300 ලබා ගන්න. ක්‍රීඩාවේ ලකුණු 6ක් තියෙනවා කියන්නේ මලින්ද තරම් අපහසු කාර්යයක් නෙවෙයි. විශේෂයෙන්ම කඩලු 8ක් තමන් සතුව තියෙද්දි.
ඔව් වැදගත් වන්නේ කඩලු අතතිව ක්‍රීඩා කිරීමයි. ඒ තමයි ගාලු කණ්ඩායමත් මුලින්ම ක්‍රීඩා කරමින් සිටිය. නමුත් අවසානයේදී ඔවුන්ගේ කඩලු බිඳ වැටීමත් සමග ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාව යම් අඩුවක් ඇති වුණා. නමුත් මේ වන විට කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමත් එහා සමානව ඉතාමත්ම හොඳින් ලකුණු ලබා ගන්නවා. මෙවැනි ක්‍රීඩාංගණයක ලකුණු 6ක් තරම් විශාල සංඛ්‍යාවක් නෙවෙයි. නමුත් වැදගත් වන්නේ කිව්ව ආකාරයට හොඳ ක්‍රීඩකයන් දෙදෙනෙක් තරගයේ මැද ක්‍රීඩා කිරීම, ඒ වගේම ලකුණු අතර ඉන්න ක්‍රීඩකයා හැකිතරම් විශාල ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවක් ලබා ගැනීම.
අපි දකිනවා ගාලු කණ්ඩායමේ පන්දු රකින්න ආකාරය විශේෂ මට්ටමක තිබෙනවා කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමට වඩා. ඔවුන් දැන්ටමත් ලකුණු 10ක් 15ක් බේරලා තියෙනවා ගාලු කණ්ඩායමට. මේ වගේ පන්දු රැකීමක් ගැන තමයි අපි හැම වෙලේම බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ හොඳ කණ්ඩායමකින්. අපි දන්නවා ශ්‍රී ලංකා කණ්ඩායමේ පන්දු රැකීම පොඩ්ඩක් පහත මට්ටමකට වැටිලා තියෙනවා මේ පහුගිය කාලේ. ඒක ගොඩනගා ගන්න ගොඩක් දේවල් ශ්‍රී ලංකා ක්‍රිකට් ආයතනය මගින් කරනවා පුහුණුකරුවන් යොදවලා. මොකද අපි ඉදිරි අනාගතය බලනවා නම් අපි ලොකු ටූර්නමන්ට්ස් වලට ගිහිල්ලා කම්පීට් කරන්න හදනවා නම් මං හිතන්නේ පන්දු රැකීම තා විශාලයෙන් අපි ගොඩනගා ගන්න ඕනේ මලින්ද අපි ටූර්නමන්ට්ස් දිනන්න නම්.
අනිවාර්යෙන් පන්දු රැකීමේ වටිනාකම ඉතාමත්ම මැනවින් දැනගත යුතුයි මේ ක්‍රීඩකයන්. හොඳ පන්දු යැවීමක නිරත වෙනවා සීකුගේ ප්‍රසන්න. පළමු පන්දු තුනම ඉතාමත්ම හොඳින් ලබා දුන්න. දැන් 1 ලකුණක් සඳහා ඇන්ජලෝ ජයසිංහ නැවතත් ඉතාමත්ම හොඳින් Tamanගේ ඉනිම ගොඩනගා ගන්නවා මේ ක්‍රීඩකයා. අංක 3 ස්ථානයේ පැමිණි ක්‍රීඩකයෙක්. ඔහුගේ කාර්යභාරය නිසාකාර විටු කරමින් ලකුණු ලබා ගැනීමේ වේගයත් එයා සමානව පවත්වාගෙන යෑම ඉතාමත්ම වැදගත්. කිරි පන්දුවක් ස්ක්වයර් පහරක් එල්ල කරනවා. පන්දුව 4 සීමාව අසලදී රැක ගන්නවා. නැවතත් හරියාකාරව පන්දුව ලබා දෙන්නේ. ඒ අතරින් ලකුණු 3ක් ලබා ගන්නවා කිත්රුවන් විතානගේ.
කිසිම අමාරු කාර්යයක් නෙවෙයි මේ ලකුණු 300 ලබා ගන්න මෙතනින්. මං හිතන්නේ කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමේ පිතිකරුවන් ඔවුන් හිතලම ලොකු වැරද්දක් කරොත් තමයි මෙතනින් කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමට පරාජය හිමිවන්න ගොඩක් අවස්ථාවක් තියෙන්නේ. නමුත් හරියාකාරව සිටුේෂන් එක ඇනලයිස් කරගෙන මේ විදියට ක්‍රීඩා කරොත් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමට ජයක් ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන් මේ තරගයේදී. ඒ වගේම තමයි කොළඹ කණ්ඩායම දෙවනියට මේ ගෲප් එකේ දෙවනියට තමයි පත් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. මම හිතන්නේ නුවර කණ්ඩායම තමයි ඉදිරියෙන් සිටින්නේ. ඉතින් නුවර කණ්ඩායමත් ක්‍රීඩා දැවි යනවා, කිත්රුවන් දැවි යනවා. ලොකු පහරක් එල්ල කරන්න ගිහින් සීකුගේ ප්‍රසන්නගේ පන්දුවකට කෙලින්ම විකට්ටුවේ වැදී දැවි යනවා කිත්රුවන් විතානගේ.
දැවන්ත පහරකට උත්සාහ කරන්නේ නමුත් පන්දුව හරියාකාරව බලන්නේ නැහැ ඒ අවස්ථාවේදී කිතුරු අනිතානගේ සීකුගේ ප්‍රසන්නගේ පන්දුව කෙලින්ම කඩුල්ලේ වැදිනවා කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමේ තුන්වන කඩුල්ල විඳ වැටෙන්නේ කිතුරු අනිතානගේ
මං කොහෙත්ම හිතන්නේ ඒ වගේ වෙලාවක ඒ වගේ පහරක් එල්ල කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා මං මීට විනාඩියකට ඉස්සෙල්ලා කිව්වා විතරයි පිතිකරුවන් විසින්ම ලොකු වැරදක් කරොත් මිසක් මේ තරගය උන්ට පරදින්න අවස්ථාවක් නැහැ කියලා. ඒ කියද්දිම කිත්රුවන් විතානගේ ලොකු පහරවකට එල්ල ගින් කෙලින්ම පන්දුව විකට්ටුවේ වැදීමෙන් ඔහු දැවී යනවා. මං හිතන්නේ මේ වගේ අවස්ථාවල තමයි අපි පිතිකාරයෙක් හැටියට හොඳ හැටිය අවබෝධ කරගන්න ඕනේ. අපි දන්නවා මේ සමහර අවස්ථාවලට අපි හිතෙනවා මේ වගේ බෝලකට මේ වගේ ලකුණු රැස් කරගන්න පුළුවන් මේ පහරක් එල්ල කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා. නමුත් ඉවසීම තියෙන්න ඕනේ. අපි කියන patience තියෙන්න ඕනේ. මොකද මේ ක්‍රීඩාව ඉතා උසස් මට්ටමින් පැවැත්වෙන ක්‍රීඩාවක්, හොඳ පිල් දෙකක් අතර පැවැතෙන ක්‍රීඩාවක්. ඉතාම හොඳ අවස්ථාවකදී කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමට විකට්ටුවක් දැවී යනවා. ගාලු කණ්ඩායම හොඳ පන්දුකරණයකින් විකට්ටුවක් ලබා ගන්න වෙනවා. නවත පිටිකතු දිනේෂ් චන්දිමාල් පිටියට එනවා. අපිට ඉස්සෙල්ලත් පණිවිඩය ආව අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම පිතිකරණය යෙදෙනවා කියලා. කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමටත් ඒක හොඳ අවස්ථාවක්. මොකද අපි දන්නවා අපි විකට්ටුව ආය බලමු. ලොකු 6 පාරකට තමයි පන්දුව පහර එල්ල කරන්න ගියේ මලින්ද කෙලින්ම විකට්ටුවේ වැදුනා.
ඔව් ඔබ සඳහන් කළා ඒ වගේම මේ ක්‍රිකට් ක්‍රීඩාවේ බොහෝ වෙලාවට අපි දන්නා කරුණක් අනවශ්‍ය පරිදි පිතිකරුවා විසින්මයි දැවී යන්නේ අවස්ථාවේදී මේ වගේ තනතිරුවක ඉතාමත්ම හොඳින් පහසුවෙන් වුන් ලකුණු අතර සිටියා. වැදගත් වූයේ හොඳ සමබරතාවයක් ලකුණු අතර ඉන්න ක්‍රීඩකයා වැඩි ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවක් ලබා ගැනීම. නමුත් ඒ අවස්ථාවේදී කිතුරුන් විතානගේ උත්සාහය අසාර්ථකයි. ගාල්ල කණ්ඩායම වෙනුවෙන් සීකුගේ ප්‍රසන්න පල නෙලා ගන්නා පන්දියවන්න බවට පත්වනවා. ඒ තුන්වන කඩුල්ල නවක ක්‍රීඩකයා දිනේෂ් චන්දිමාල්.
දිනේෂ් චන්දිමාල් ශතකයක් ලබාගෙන තියෙනවා මේ තරංගාවලියේ. වගේම අර්ධ ශතකයක් ලබා ගත්තා පහුගිය තරගයේදී. හොඳ ෆෝම් එකේ ඉන්නේ කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන් නිසකයම. ඒ වගේම තමයි කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමේ නායකයා කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමේ නායකත්වයේ දරන චන්දිමාල් බරපතල කාර්යයක් තියෙනවා ඔහුගේ කරපිට. නමුත් කියනවා නම් මලින්ද ඔහුගේ එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එකත් එක්ක බලද්දී මෙවැනි අවස්ථාවල් ඔහුට සුලභව පුරුදු ඇති, හොඳට පුරුදු ඇති. ඒ හින්දා මං හිතන්නේ කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමට තරම් අසීරු කාර්යයක් වෙයි කියලා චන්දිමාල් පිතිකරණයේ යෙදුණොත් තවදුරට.
ඒ වගේම අපි දැක්කා මේ තරගයේ ඉතාමත්ම හොඳින් ක්‍රීඩා කරපු ක්‍රීඩකයන් දෙදෙනා මොනවීර සහ කිතුරුවන් ඒ දැවියාම අනිවාර්යයෙන් මේ කණ්ඩායමට යම් පීඩනයක් ගෙන දෙනවා. මොකද හොඳින්ම ලකුණු අතර හිටපු ක්‍රීඩකයන් දෙදෙනා කෙලින්ම පන්දු එල්ල කරනවා කඩුල්ල වෙතට. ඒ අවස්ථාවේදී උපුල් තරංග ඇන්ජලෝ ජයසිංහ සීමා ඉරෙන් පිටත පැමිණියා. නමුත් එවන විට පන්දුව කඩුල්ලේ වැදුනාද නැද්ද?
ඇන්ජලෝ ජයසිංහ කොයි ලෝකේ හිටියද කියලා මට හිතා ගන්න බැහැ. එතන කොහොමද? එතන කිසිසේත්ම ලකුණක් නැහැ මලින්ද. ඔහු ඩයිව් කරද්දි බැට් එක පොඩ්ඩක් ඉපිලුණා කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන්. අපි තවදුරටත් බලමු. ක්‍රීස් එක ඇතුලේ මං හිතන්නේ දැවී යනවා. මොකද බැට් එක ඔබට පේනවා ක්‍රීස් කරත් ඒක බැට් එක පොළවේ වැදී ඉපිලි ක්‍රීස් එක උඩින් තමයි පිත්ත තියෙන්නේ පන්දුව විකට්ටුවේ වදිද්දී.
තාමත්ම අවාසනාවන්ත අවස්ථාවක්. එකම පන්දුවර දෙකකදී ක්‍රීඩකයන් දෙදෙනෙක් දැවී යාම කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමට කිසිසේත්ම පහසු දෙයක් නෙවෙයි. මේ ඉතාමත්ම හොඳ පන්දු රැකීමක්. උපුල් තරංග පන්දු රැක ගන්නවත් සමගින්ම කෙලින්ම කඩුල්ල වෙත පන්දුව එල්ල කරනවා.
තුන්වෙනි විනිශ්චයකාරතුමාට යොමු කරලා තියෙනවා විනිශ්චයකාර හැනිබල්. අපි බලමු තුන්වෙනි විනිශ්චයකාරතුමාගේ සංඥාව එනකන් පිටියේ පිතිකරුවන්ද ගාලු සමාජයේ ක්‍රීඩකයන්ද ගාලු කණ්ඩායමේ ක්‍රීඩකයන්ද පුල පුලා බලන් ඉන්නවා මොකද්ද මේ තුන්වෙනි විනිශ්චයකාර දෙන ඩිසිෂන් එක කියලා.
ප්‍රගීත් රඹුක්වැල්ල තුන්වන විනිසුරු හැටියට කටයුතු කරන්න අද දිනේදී තවමත් ඔව් අවස්ථාවක්.
ඔව් පන්දුව වදිද්දි මලින්ද විකට්ටුව පැට් එක බිම වගේ එහෙමත් තියෙනවා ප්‍රශ්නයක්. වැදුනට බෝලේ දැන් වැදුනා ඔන්න බේල් එක උඩ
ඒ අවස්ථාවේදී
බැට් එක බිම වගේ එහෙමත් තියෙනවා. අපි බලමු තුන්වෙනි විනිශ්චයකාරයා කොයි වගේ දෙයක්ද කියලා.
ඔව් දැවී ගිය ක්‍රීඩකෙක් හැටියට ඔව් ඒ අවස්ථාවේදී ඔහු නොදැවුණු ක්‍රීඩකෙක් හැටියට සලකුණු කරනවා තුන්වෙනි විනිසුරුවරයා. යම් දුෂ්කරතාවයකට පත් වුණ ඒ අවස්ථාවේදී
ඇතර මලින්ද මේ අපි දැක්කා විකට්ටුවේ පන්දුව වදිද්දී බැට් එක පිත්ත තිබ්බේ බිම. ඒ කියන්නේ ක්‍රීස් කරලා තිබ්බේ. වැදුනට පස්සේ තමයි පිත්ත පොළවෙන් නිපිලෙන්නේ. එතකොට අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ඔබ නොදැවී යන ක්‍රීඩකයෙක් හැටියට තමයි තුන්වෙනි විනිශ්චයකාරයතුමා හඳුන්වන්නේ.
අපි දන්නවා සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මේ වගේ පන්දු රකින්නන් දෙදෙනෙක් එතන ඉන්න අවස්ථාවකදී පන්දු යවන අන්තිමේ ක්‍රීඩකයා සිටිය යුතුයි පන්දුව පසුවින තෙක් ක්‍රීඩකයාගෙන් කුල් තරංග පන්දු රැකගෙන කෙලින්ම එල්ල කරා කඩුල්ල වෙත.
අපි දන්නවා විනිශ්චයකාරතුමාලට තියෙන අසීරු සේවාව. අපි රීප්ලේස් බලලත් එතරම් හොඳ තීරණයකට ආවේ නෑ. නමුත් අපි දැක්කා අපි දන්නවා විනිශ්චයකාරතුමානුත් මනුස්සයන් ඔවුන්ටත් වැරදි වෙනවා. ඉතින් මේ වගේ මං හිතන්නේ මේ වගේ තුන්වෙනි විනිශ්චයකාර මේ තුන්වෙනි විනිශ්චයකාරයා අපි කියන third umpire වැනි decisions මේ ක්‍රිකට් තරඟවලට ගෙන ආපු එක මං හිතන්නේ ඉතාම හොඳ සේවයක් මලින්ද. මොකද අපි දන්නවා මේ වගේ සුළු වැරදීම් වලින් තරඟයක් පරදින්න පුළුවන් දිනන්න පුළුවන් කියලා.
අනිවාර්යෙන් මෙවැනි තීරණයකදී තරඟයේ ඉන්න විනිශ්චයකාරවලට තරම් පහසු තීරණයක් නෙවෙයි. ඔබ දකින්නට ඇති අවස්ථාවේදී අප රූපවාහිනී තිරේ බලන අවස්ථාවේදී තරම් පහසුවෙන් තීරණයක් දෙන්නට අපහසුයි. නමුත් ඒ තමයි විනිසුරුවරයන්ගේ තිබෙන සේවය. ඉතාමත්ම වටිනා සේවයක් ක්‍රිකට් ක්‍රීඩාව වෙනුවෙන් ඔවුන් හැමදාමත් ඉටු කරමින් සිටිනවා.
සීකුගේ ප්‍රසන්න නැවතත් පන්දු යවන්නට දිනෙත් චන්දිමාල් පාස්වෙන් ලකුණක් කරා පැතිමාරු කරගන්නවා.
දෙවන ලකුණ සඳහා ඔවුන් පැතිමාරු වෙනවා. නමුත් හරියාකාරව පන්දුව ලබා දුන්නේ නැහැ පන්දු යවන්නා වෙතට. ඒ අවස්ථාවේදී සීකුගේ ප්‍රසන්න
මම හිතන්නේ පන්දුව හොඳට යොමු කරලා දුන්නා. සීකුගේ ප්‍රසන්න විකට්ටුව ගාව හිටියේ නැහැ මලින්ද.
හරියාකාරව පන්දු රැකගත්තේ නැහැ.
ඔබ දැක්කද සීකුගේ ප්‍රසන්න කොහෙද ඉන්නේ බලන්න. සමහරලාට ඔහු හිතන්න ඇති කෙලින්ම පන්දුව විකට්ටුවේ වදී කියලා.
නැවතත් ඉක්මන් ලකුණක් සඳහා චන්දිමාල් සූදානම්. නමුත් ඇන්ජලෝ ජයසිංහ තරම් කැමැත්තක් දැක්ුවේ නැහැ.
ඔව් අවස්ථා දෙක තුනකට මුහුණ පෑවා. ඉතින් මං හිතන්නේ මානසිකත්වය පොඩ්ඩක් පහළට බැස ඇත මේ ඉක්මන් ලකුණු කරා යෑමෙන් වැළකීමට. මොකද තව විකට්ටුවක් දෙකක් ලබා ගත්තොත් ගාලු කණ්ඩායම
කෙටි පන්දුවක් සීකුගේ ප්‍රසන්නගේ නිතා මැනවින් ඩීප් ස්ක්වයර් කලාපයට යොමු කරනවා. දිනේෂ් චන්දිමාල් පළමු හතරේ පහර ඔහුගේ පිත්තෙන් වාර්තා වෙනවා.
අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම කෙටි පන්දුවක් හොඳ පහරක්. කිසිම පන්දු රකින්නෙක් නැති ස්ථානයකට ඔහු මැනවින් පන්දුව එල්ල කරනවා. මේක තමයි හොඳ පිතිකරුවක්ගේ තියෙන ලක්ෂණ. දුර්වල පන්දුවක් හැම වෙලේම උපරිම ලබා ගන්නවා. හැම හොඳ පිතිකරුවෙක්ම ඒක කරනවා. සමහරවිට හොඳ පන්දුවකට ලකුණක් ලබා ගන්නවා. නමුත් දුර්වල පන්දුවක් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ලකුණු 4ක් හරි 6ක් හරි ලබා ගන්නවා. මේක තමයි හොඳ පිතිකරුවෙක්ගේ ලක්ෂණ.
ඒ තමයි උපුල් තරංග ඔබ දකින්න ඇති පළමු ඉනිමේදී ඔහුගේ ඉනිමේදී ක්‍රීඩා කළ ආකාරය හැම දුර්වල පන්දුවකින්ම ලකුණු ලබා ගත්තා. අංජලෝ ජයසිංහ මදක් ඉදිරියට පැමිණ පහරක් එල්ල කරන්නේ 1 ලකුණයි.
කොළඹ කණ්ඩායම ලකුණු 163යි ඕවර 29ක් ලබා ගද්දී ලකුණු 166යි කඩලු 3ක් දැවි ඕවර 28ක් නිමා වෙද්දී 29ක් නිමා වෙද්දී මාලින්ද පුෂ්ප කුමාර නැවතත් කැඳවනවා උපුල් තරංග මාලින්ද පුෂ්ප කුමාර
වමතින් දඟපොන් දෙවන ක්‍රීඩකයා දේශාන් මොනවීරගේ කඩුවේ ලබා ගත්තා. ක්‍රීඩකයන් දෙදෙනෙක් රඳවා තිබෙනවා ෂොට් මිඩ් විකට් ඒ වගේම උඩ පන්දුවක් රකින්න ස්ථානයේ ෂොට් මිඩ් විකට් කලාපේම දැඩි ඉල්ලීමක් කරනවා පාදේ වදින්නේ පන්දුව. නමුත් හැනිබල් විනිසර කාර්යවරයා එය ප්‍රතික්ෂේප කරා. එසැනින් තීරණයක් ලබා දුන්නා වූ
පායින දෙසටයි පන්දුව එදී යන්නේ මම හිතන්නේ හොඳ තීරණයක් ලින්ඩන් හැනිබල් විනිශ්චයකාරතුමාගෙන්.
ඉහළින් එල්ල කරනවා ලොං ඔන් කලාපයට 1 ලකුණයි වේගයෙන් දිව යනවා දිනේෂ් චන්දිමාල්.
ඔව් අපි හැම වෙලේම කියනවා ක්‍රිකට් වල බේසික් රූල් එකක් තමයි පළවෙනි ලකුණ ඉක්මනින් දැවි යන්න. ෆස්ට් රන් ෆාස්ට් කියලා අපි කියනවා ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන්. මොකද එහෙම කරාම අපි යම්කිසි පීඩනයක් එල්ල කරනවා පන්දු රකින්නාට ඔහුගේ අතින් ගිලිහුණොත් මිස්ෆීල්ඩ් වුණොත් අනිවාර්යයෙන් තව ලකුණක් කරා දිව යන්නට බොහෝ දුරට වෙලා දෙනවා. ඒ වගේම අපි කියනවා never run on a misfield කියලා. ඒ අර මම හිතන්නේ පන්දු මේ යාර 30 සීමාව ඇතුළතදී සමහරලාට අපි දකිනවා මිස්ෆීල්ඩ් වලට දුවන්නට ගොස් ඇවී ගිහින් තිබෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒ වගේ ගොඩක් දේවල් හිතන්න ඕනේ තමන් ක්‍රීඩකයෙක් වුණාම මානසික තත්ත්වය හොඳ තත්ත්වයක තියෙන්න ඕනේ ක්‍රීඩාවක් කරද්දි. මෙවැනි තත්ත්වයක මෙවැනි ලීග් එක ක්‍රීඩා කරන්න තමන් හොඳ ස්ථානයක සිටිය යුතුයි.
වේගවත් පහරක් සඳහායි උත්සාහ දරන්නේ ඇන්ජලෝ ජයසිංහ.
පන්දුවට වඩා පිත්ත දුර ගමන් කළා කියන්න පුළුවන් මලින්ද.
ඔහුගේ පිත්ත අතහැරෙනවා අත් දෙකෙන්. නමුත් හානියක් වන්නේ නැහැ, ලකුණක් ලබා ගන්නේ නැහැ. පන්දු ඕවර 30ක් අවසానයි. ලකුණු 168යි. කඩලු තුරට වේගයෙන් පහරක් එල්ල කරන්නට උත්සාහය දරන්නේ. ඔබ දන්නා දැඩි දහඩිය නිසාම අත් ආවරණවල බොහෝ දාඩිය තැවරී තිබෙනවා. නිසා ඔහු මේ අවස්ථාවේදී අලුත් අත් ආවරණ දෙකක් ලබා ගැනීමටයි සූදානම් වන්නේ. පන්දු ඕවර 30ක් අවසానයි. ලකුණු 168යි. කඩලු 3යි.
Thank you, Malinda. Thank you, Sajid. And Simon is joining me once again. Simon, what would have happened if somebody caught the bat?
Yeah, good question. Might have hurt their finger, I think, because it's a big lump of willow, that one that he's swinging at the moment. So, it's, you know, the Galle spinners here, they're working hard. They really are pulling this game back into their favour. You know, the boundaries are drying up, and it's starting to make it a really interesting game.
Well, you're certainly right. And Sekuge Prasanna spinning and tossing that ball up. And the batsman taking the challenge, coming down the track to the pitch of the delivery, taking it on the up and playing it in the air, but safely. One bounce to the long off. A good looking shot indeed.
Absolutely. You know, the Duckworth Lewis par score at this stage, there's not going to be any rain around, but it's saying 165 at the end of this over, and that's normally kind of a good benchmark to see where a team's at. So, you know, Galle are really fighting hard here. It's great to see, and who knows, we might have another tight finish here.
Well, you're certainly right. 172 for 3. 31st over in progress. The target is 300. Sekuge Prasanna is now bowling to Angelo Jasinger, and he drives it handsomely, bat and pad very close together, and lovely follow through. The left shoulder straight up and very close to his ear as well. Perfect balance, and the head held very still. A picture book, if not a copybook cover drive. 171 for 3 Colombo. Prasanna comes and bowls, and this time is Dinesh Chandimal, comes on the front foot, opens the face of the bat and plays a little bit more square, and picking up the gap very easily.
Looks to be a man in form at the moment, Chandy. He's since the Bangladesh tour, he's really looking confident at the wicket, and thankfully it doesn't seem to be any ramifications of that thumb injury that he went off for earlier. So very positive for the national team and the Champions Trophy that's coming up.
Well, you're certainly right. So there we see the end of the 30th over, if not 31st over, I beg your pardon. Colombo 172 for the loss of 3 wickets. The men now Dilshan Munawira for 86, and Gunasekara was out for no score. And since then it's Jayasinger, Angelo Jayasinger. He has now got to 47, batting very confidently indeed, looking very sound out there. Sporting number 9 on his blue t-shirt, and with him is the captain who has just joined him, and that's after the demise of dismissal, so to say, of Kitron Vitanagi. And here we see on the screen some of the executive members. There we have Shami Silva, Sana Jasuria, and then we also have Eric Kupashanta out there, and 2 other gentlemen. A little difficult for me to pick up from here. And they're all doing some fantastic work indeed. The chairman of selectors is Sana Jayasuri in the mobile phone, and I'm sure having a chat with some of the other senior stalwarts of the Sri Lanka cricket as well.
It's interesting to see what roles these 2 batsmen are going to play here. It's quite noticeable that Dinesh is coming out and playing very positively, whereas the in batsman on 47 looks like he's really looking to bat through the innings now. So Chandy looking to take a positive step forwards, and here picking up on the short ball, clipping it through the leg side for 2 runs.
Well, yes, and that's a good looking shot. He purposely moved down to the leg side and opened himself up, positioned himself beautifully, and played that shot into the gap. And that's Pushpa Kumara, perhaps a trifle short on that occasion, and certainly the length is absolute important when the wicket is flat as ever, and that's what we have seen today. A slight error on the part of the bowler, and it's runs for the batsman.
Absolutely, and it's key with the field that he's got set at the moment, with long off and long on back, deep cover and deep square. He just can't afford to be short. He really needs to get the batsman on the front foot, and hopefully hitting towards his fielders.
Well, you're certainly right. And Taranga making a few changes, bringing the mid-wicket, that's himself, a little bit more square, and there is a man placed a little bit closer to the wicket as well. As the next delivery played uppishly, and that ball was not where it was intended to go.
It's a great piece of fielding though. He moves so quickly to the ball from just in front of square. He's made about 20 yards to deep mid-wicket, and the batsmen were only able to get 1 run. Superb bit of fielding.
Yes, I think that's Karwan Ratna patrolling the deep square leg boundary there. Wonderful fielder. He's a man who went for that catch there, which was almost an impossible catch, but he got almost his hands to that ball, almost running about 20 to 30 yards back. That was a wonderful effort indeed by him. Pushpa Kumar once again keeping it tight and making subtle variations as well. Now, that's the name of the game. You could see he comes sometimes quicker, closer to the wicket. Was it off the bounce? I don't think that carried straight to the field, I beg your pardon. It wasn't in the air.
Great effort.
Lovely effort indeed. Anyway, to cut short at least 2 or 3 runs. Let's see the replay. It was not hit on the floor. It went off the bounce. Yes, but still, anyhow, brilliant fielding indeed. I think Dimut Karnataka that was. acrobatic dive
Yeah.
to the left.
It's a good hand.
So wonderful stuff indeed. And what is good about this game, Simon, is that both sides have still not let up, so to say. You could see Colombo perhaps has the edge at the moment. 177 for 3, 28 or the 29 overs left, and they're cruising at the moment. But Galle certainly is fighting back. They're bowling well. That their fielding has tightened up. You could see most of the senior players clustering together, having a chat and maybe discussing tactics, strategies, and the fielders are giving 100%.
Absolutely. If you look at the body language after the first 10 overs, the Galle fielders looked like they'd lost a little bit of heart. Suddenly, now that's fully changed, and I think they're thinking they were 170 for 1, and then suddenly lost a few wickets. So 177 for 3. If they can take two more wickets in the next 5 overs, then they will really start to believe they can win this game, and they're still in the competition.
Well, you're certainly right. Still 120 runs or so to get for Colombo, and it's not going to be easy. And well, certainly Galle is giving a fight, and that's what this game is all about. You could lose, but you could lose gracefully and with a fight, and then you can still hold your head up high. Yes, you have given everything that you had, but luck was not on our side.
Yeah, absolutely. All you can do is give 100% effort, and if the team's better than you on the day, you can't ask any more.
That's certainly right. And Seko Prasanna, well, this spell of his has been absolutely fantastic. After a very poor spell, the first spell, he has come back very, very strongly. He certainly is making the variations, and he's tossing the ball out, dipping the ball to the field as well. That was perilously close to his hand. It was hit in the air. That certainly could have been taken by him.
Yeah, it was certainly in the air, and there was a chance there, but the batsman found the gap. But you just feel like something's going to happen soon. Something's going to give way. Either there's going to be a wicket, or there's going to be a big over somewhere along the line. So plenty to keep an eye on, and it's starting to get quite exciting.
Well, you're certainly right, dear viewers. All these expert commentaries come to you from Simon Wells, the who has joined me on the commentaries today, and it's indeed a privilege and also fantastic to share some of the comments that you have been hearing from him, and I'm sure that you are enjoying as well, and you're listening to this live commentary, and this is coming from the Ketaram International Stadium in this Super Provincial tournament, the 7th match. The 8th match is happening out there in Dambulla today between Kandy and Dambulla, and we will have some scores for you, but this game is between Colombo and Galle, and wonderful match indeed. As we see, there's a loud appeal played across the line, a reverse sweep, and Angelo, my goodness, Jaisinger, if he had given his wicket away there, he certainly would have been kicked out of this ground, I'm sure.
Oh,
That looked very, very close indeed.
Unless he got a
Very
glove on
close
it, that's
indeed.
all I could say. It looked like it was going on to hit the wicket. Maybe there was a little glove on there that gave the umpire or the batsman the benefit of the doubt.
Well, you're certainly right. Very close call indeed. And we are here in this giant Ketaram International Stadium, a brainchild of our former president, Mr. Ranasinghe Premadasa. And well, we'll talk about that later, as the next delivery has been punched and beautifully fielded by Timur Kanaratna. No chance of a run be taken. Yes, he was a wonderful man with a vision, Simon, the former president of ours, and he was single-handedly responsible to set up this beautiful stadium. And then it was, of course, subsequently some changes and improvements did happen, but it was his brainchild, and he worked tirelessly to bring this stadium up, and it has, goodness me, in what wonderful way it has contributed for the upliftment of cricket in this country.
Absolutely, it's a fantastic facility, and I'm very lucky to work here every day of the week with the high performance centre behind us as well. So the players love playing here, and certainly in front of a full house. They want to make their country proud. So whoever has had their input into this should be commended, and hopefully we can see many Sri Lankan victories in years to come.
Well, you're certainly right. We have had some very, very close games here. We have seen some very one-sided games here as well, and we have seen some wonderful cricketers from all over the world performing here. Wasim Akram, we have seen some fantastic cricketers from England. Kevin Peterson playing here as well. Well, he is one of my favorites as well, and goodness me, I rue the fact that he's not playing for England anymore. and well, I feel that it's a crime for the game that he had to bow out so early. But well, he's still playing IPL and so on and so forth. Not in IPL this season, but he was playing in Big Bash in Australia, and wonderful cricketer indeed, and a lovely, lovely gentleman as well.
So a big 7 overs here really for both teams. I think the next 7 overs could dictate where this game's going to go, and you know, the Galle players here really talking to one another, making sure the field is right, because they realise that a few tight overs and the pressure goes back onto the batting side.
Well, you're certainly right. So we see Akil Dhananjay coming back into the attack now from the far end. So Bultaranga certainly tightening the screws now, and he realizes a wicket here, a wicket there will certainly swing the pendulum in his way. That is the sway of goal. And my dear viewers, if you're just tuning in, if you just put your TVs on, and that's Jayasinger's 50, by the way. Yes, Angelo Jayasinger, a workman-like 50 for him. Wonderful thing, wonderful 50 he did. How many fours in that, Chaminder? Boundaries? 2 boundaries, so it speaks volume for his innings. He has picked up the singles and the twos, Simon, and that augurs pretty well for a batsman.
Yeah, not too bad. He's just got to be careful now, because he has faced quite a lot of balls. So it's important for his team that he goes on and wins the game.
That's right.
Otherwise, you know, it's putting pressure on the batsman to come in to score at a quick rate straight away, and that's not always easy, as we saw in the previous innings earlier today.
Well, you're certainly right. Dinesh Chandimal showing some good qualities as a sportsman. He was running, and then the ball that was thrown at the non-strikers hit him and went to the boundary, and he did not want to take that extra run, sending Angelo Jayasinger back again, saying, "Hey Cham, we can't take that run. That's not fair to take that. It didn't come off my bat." And that's what this game is all about: sportsmanship, playing in the correct spirit, and that's wonderful to see. It's a gentleman's game, and that's what it should be always. Akil Dhananjay. This time to Jayasinger, and this time on the back foot, makes a little room for himself and pulls it to the right of the mid-wicket wicket, Karunaratne, who does some good fielding. He looks wonderful field out there, very compact, very quick to the ball, and he has a very powerful arm as well.
Fantastic. You know, his speed to the ball was electric, and then the throw coming in from to the keeper's end was very impressive. And you know, that's going to be important over these latter overs, is making sure they can save those crucial runs.
Certainly right. Chandimal on strike, and very, very, very simply and very nimbly place it down towards the mid-wicket region. When you are a good batsman, when you are in good form, in good nick, how easy for you to place the ball where you want. You can put it anywhere in the field that you want. I have seen some wonderful cricketers in the past, and one of them who used to do to get under the skin of the opposing team was Arjun Ranatunga. He used to just put the ball anywhere he wants and just stroll across, if not walk across. And goodness me, the kind of confrontations that we had was unbelievable.
So again, another good over, no boundaries, and at this stage that'll be pleasing for Galle. They just want this run rate to go up after every over. So every run they're saving now, that run rate is going to go up pretty quickly. So the Colombo batsmen have got to be careful. They've got to reassess and probably hear the experience of Chandimal talking to his young batsman, trying to guide him through to the end of the innings, or at least tell him the kind of role that he needs to play for his team going forwards.
Well, you're certainly right. So 34 overs have been completed in the Colombo innings, and the players are taking a breather. The water cart is coming in. If not, the bottles are coming in. The reserve players are coming in with instructions, I'm sure, to the batting side as well, and perhaps to the bowling side as well. The 2 umpires also taking a breather, Leonard Hannibal and Deepal Gunawardhan onto on-field umpires. Pragit Rambukwel had a role to play. There's a couple of very close calls, and one was given out as well by Pragit Rambukwel, the TV umpire. Krishant Rodrigo is a 4th umpire today, and Ravi Puncheva is a match referee. All wonderful officials who have been doing some yeoman service over the years for cricket. And everybody is taking a break, and we too will take a break as we listen to some commercials. Close match there. have to get to 324.
Anyone got any runs? Anyone got any runs? Scored?
Candy favorites, yes, I think so.
150 of 17. Needs updating really.
Now, this is an issue. They were 53 for no loss at the end of
If
7
you
overs.
refresh it, it should come in.
Let's look at this first innings score. Goodness me, look at this. Up with 105 and 50 deliveries. Man, he has hammered the bowling. Oh my goodness. Would have murdered them. No. It's about to resume. Wasting a breather and maybe some refreshments. Slowly making their way back to fielders. Perhaps would have had some instructions also. And in the meantime, I'll give you some scores from the Dambulla match. The match that is happening in Dambulla. And that's between Candy and Dambulla. Candy batting first, making 323 for the loss of 5 wickets. Danushka Gurudilaka making 75 of 75 deliveries with 7 fours. And Kure making 43 of 64 deliveries. And Veera Kodi falling for 10. And Dumidu falling for 22. And Charith Asalaka making only 35. My goodness me, there's been a murderous innings of 105 from Chamin the Kapugedara. He has made his 105 of just 50 deliveries with 14 fours and 2 sixes, a strike rate of 210. That would have been something to watch there. And Sachit Patirana also making 25 of just 16 deliveries. So that's what has happened in Dambulla. And the latest we hear is they are now 153 for, or 100 well, we don't have the scores yet. Well, they're 173 for 4 chasing Dambulla. Long way off, 33 overs have been completed as well, so I'm told. Let's see whether we can log into that site and download some scores. It seems the connection is a little poor here, but very soon we'll have those scores for us. So that must be some kind of a humdinger of a match going on there, Simon.
Yeah, I would imagine Candy are pretty much favourites there at the moment after what would have been a very special innings from Kapugedara by the sound of it. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
we go.
there is an appeal. The wicketkeeper took the catch, and there was an appeal. It seems the batsman was not very comfortable about that, Dinesh Chandimal, but he has been ruled out. Ruled out by the umpire, Deepal Gunawardena, caught behind, and he makes his way back. Dinesh Chandimal for 10 runs.
Yeah, look, it was a decent delivery, fantastic length, just turned slightly away from the right-hander. And the way the batsman reacted, it might just have clipped the back leg, but you know, the keeper went up straight away for a nick, and the umpire was convinced that it was out. So a big wicket for Gullat, and now 7 and over required. New batsman coming in. It's all to play for.
Well, you're certainly right. things will now change. Colombo will not be comfortable that much anymore. They will now be forced to fight hard for this match. 34 overs have gone. Colombo has lost 4 wickets, but they have a good score and a good run rate as well, 185, which has just come off 34 overs. And they certainly will now want to consolidate and make sure that they build on this start and get to the winning post. Let's see what their run rate is looking like at the moment.
It looks like they've taken a positive decision here. They've realised that the rate started to creep up over the last 10 overs. So Shehan Jayasuriya has come in, who's a very positive player, likes to keep the scoreboard ticking and likes to hit boundaries. So I think this is a very positive step by Colombo, not wanting that rate to get too far ahead of them.
Well, you're certainly right. They are going at 5.4 runs and over, but they need more than 7 runs and over in the balance 16 overs. Well, it's going to be a very, very close finish indeed. And let's see what's going to happen. Shehan Jayasuriya, certainly he can wheel the willow to good effect. A wonderful batsman as he faces the first delivery. Plays it very, very comfortably indeed. On the back foot, tossed up delivery on mid and off. And he's facing up to Sekuge Prasanna. And on the other side, Angelo Jayasinghe is going strong. He's on 53 now, and he will have to play a much, much longer innings.
Yeah, the field very much set on the leg side for Shehan here. Siku definitely not going to give him any width. So going to bowl very much stump to stump, trying to cramp him for room and obviously have to try and hit it over the outfield if he's going to take any chances. So massive pressure on this young man now. You know, he's 53 not out, but he's batted for a long time. So you know, it's really his responsibility to get his team over the line from here.
Well, you're certainly right. And if you're just tuning in, Galle winning the toss in this very key, important Super Provincial game, the 7th game of this series. They made 299 with Upul Taranga making 101, Dimuth Karunaratne making 78, and there was Dhananjay De Silva who made a quick fire 51, and he was well supported by Dasun Shanaka with 25, and also Suranga Lakmal with 11 runs who got into double figures as well. They're 290 and now 50 overs, and now Colombo chasing 300 to win. They were cruising at one stage, but they lost a few wickets. They're right now at 186 for the loss of 4 wickets. And here we see 35 overs have been completed, 15 overs remaining for Colombo to get to that winning total of 300. And in the meantime, there will be a change of voices. It will be Malinda Warnapura and Sajid Fernando.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Ashley. Crucial time for Colombo. Need 113 more runs from 90 balls, 15 overs. They just lost the crucial wicket of Dinesh Chandimal, who was an informed batsman for Colombo. But I think it's a good opportunity for these young lads, especially Shehan Jayasuriya, who has come in new, to show that they also can contribute to win games for Colombo.
Angelo Jayasinghe unbeaten on 54. As you said, this is the time that you need players like Shehan Jayasuriya come out with some performance or match-winning performance for Colombo. Dinesh Chandimal, the captain, the last man out for Colombo. 112 to win in 88 balls.
Still no rush. They can still just bat through another 5 overs, take it to 40, and analyze from there and see what kind of run rate they need required from there onwards. They have the big hitting Thisara Perera to come into bat for Colombo, and we all know what his capabilities are.
Important thing is that they should keep that run rate going 5 to 6 runs and over. As we all know that Shan Jayasuriya also could hit the big one, can clear the boundary as well. But for the moment, they need to make sure that they are taking those singles, 5 to 6 runs and over. Very well played. Shan Jayasuriya swept for 4 runs, but just outside the line of stump. Very well played for 4.
Yes, knowing Shan Jayasuriya, picking that off spinner, offline, out of the off stump line, and just swept away to the square leg area where there's the square leg actually is brought forward in front of square. So there's a big gap, and now we can see Upul bringing him back finer so that cut off that boundary.
Once again, very well stuck straight down to long on. Well fielded, and it's a return. Angelo Chasing had to run fast.
Angelo is living dangerously here. He has been involved in couple of very close run out calls. You could see going for the second run. He's lucky again not to be run out by a direct hit. If it was a direct hit, maybe he could have gone. Dot balls are like gold at the moment for Galle, and Upul Tharanga and his team would want more dot balls so that the pressure climbs, the run rate climbs, and the more you can bowl dot balls, that run rates go higher and higher, and that could make the batsman go for a big shot and do the mistake, and there you pick up a chance to take a wicket.
Sikuge Prasanna to continue. Still 4 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. They'll have to bowl 4 more overs. After the 40th, 39th over, they could have that 5th fielder. Sikuge Prasanna bowling with confidence, and he's in well control.
Sikuge, their main wicket taker at the moment for Galle, and Upul Tharanga keeping him from one end, hoping that he will pick another wicket and put pressure on the batters of Colombo.
Just a single for Shan Jayasuriya.
For cricket, Malinta, these kind of games, these kind of situations is very important. It's actually good that these kind of situations happen in games rather than just one side just cruising through, because these are the situations where batters should bat, and also bowlers bowl, and fielders also have a lot of pressure to field on these kind of situations. So these things should happen in cricket matches so that the players really understand and experience the pressure, and they handle to cope up the pressure which is being handed over to you by the game of cricket when you're competing at the highest level.
We have seen players making big scores, but end of the day, the players who could win games and also who perform under pressure will be remembered. Sikuge Prasanna bowling with mid off the 30-yard circle, sweeper, long on, mid wicket and deep square leg, 4 fielders for him. the single for Shehan. And Sikuke Prasanna just bowled his over within 2 or 3 minutes. It's very quick.
There's a couple of reasons for that. You could say to hurry the batsman, not to let him think, concentrate. Also, he has been running singles, twos, so not to give him a breather. So all those also, sometimes we say when it's going good, bowl quickly, and when you're being hit when you're bowling, so take time and just think a lot and stuff like that to like the batters get used to a kind of routine and don't let them do that routine. Just do something different, make him rush him for something. So those are kind of things where you, as a tactic, you do as a bowler for a team. So maybe Siku, with his experience, bowling that over quickly, rushing the batsman, not let him think what to do next. So maybe that's the reason we are seeing bowls quickly and finishes over within about half a minute, 1 minute, 1.5 minutes.
Change of bowling. Suranga Lakmal back into the attack. This is going to be a good move.
Definitely, yes. We saw this. We saw Colombo team doing it by bringing Vishwa Fernando. So now we can see Upul bringing their main strike fast bowler, Suranga Lakmal, hoping that he could break into this partnership and grab a wicket, and so that they could come into this game. And I think this is the time where you need really get into a wicket or two, because if you let go these two batters bat another 5 overs, definitely the match will go out of their hands. So this is a crucial juncture where you need a wicket and you need your best bowlers to come and bowl.
Very well played. Just outside the off stump. 4 runs to Shan Jayasuriya. First ball from Suranga Lakmal. A very good start for Colombo.
Short delivery and bowl wide, and Shan Jayasuriya taking maximum out of that short pitched outside the off stump ball, and hit hard, so that sweeper cover had no chance to come and field that ball, and Colombo passed their 200-run mark in the 37th over.
Suranga Lakmal coming round the wicket. Just a single. It's good batting from Jayasuriya. 4 in the first ball, a single, the second ball, and rotating the strike with Jayasinghe, who's been
Also, Malia, we saw Suranga Lakmal coming round the stump to bowl at the left-hander, because he bowled the first delivery from right arm over, and he did bowl wide-ish the off stump, and so he quickly moved to bowling right arm round, so that he will not give any room to the left hand. Now these are all experience what he has gained playing international cricket.
This is past the square leg fielder for 4 runs. We could see that the square leg fielder was 10 yards away from the boundary.
Just I think he came in to not to give 2 runs for the batters, but this was a bit away from to his left, and it was hit very well by Angelo Jayasinghe. It just flew to the boundary line, and Sikuke Prasanna had no chance of stopping that boundary.
9 runs in 3 balls. A very good over for Colombo.
Definitely, this is not what Galle team expected from Suranga Lakmal.
And it's called wide.
umpire Hannibal deciding it's just one shot. You could rule two bounces for an over, and that's the first one over the shoulder. But the wide was given because the ball was bowled down the leg side.
Tisera Perra next to come.
Well, he's licking his lips. He would love to bat on this wicket. Ball coming onto the bat. We all know his capabilities. Hard hitter, power player. On his day, unstoppable. Suranga Lakmal. Bowling, hoping for a wicket.
Not a good return from the fielder Akila Dhananjaya. 2 runs from that. And this is the time that we talk in the dressing room that Munawira should have stayed a little more. He would have got his 100 and would say Kitruan Vitanage would have stayed for a little more. That this would have been a different story for Colombo. But unfortunately, Munawira got out for 86. But this was a great start for Colombo. I think that's how they started the innings. With that run rate, it was much easier for players like Angelo Jayasinghe to come in and settle down. And now he's on 63.
Well directed bouncer there. Well, Malinda, you know, when you pick a side, when you pick your 6 or 7 batters, you always tend to pick 2 players who are power players, who could get you that quick runs for you at the start, and who has a strike rate of over 120, 130. And Dilshan Munawira is a player like that. You give him the freedom to go and play your game. If it's day like today, he will put a good platform for you middle order batters to just go and take singles, odd 4, and get to that score of over 250, 270. So now there are players like Angelo Jayasinghe who would rotate the strike, take singles, and bat for you 30, 40 overs and finish a game as well. So there are different kind of batters when you pick a side. So for today, Dilshan Munawira, it did work for him. Ukul Tharanga scored a brilliant 100 for Galle. The same as Dimuth Karunaratne, who got a 70 for Galle.
Very well stuck again. 4 more to Chan Jayasuriya. No chance for the field at mid-wicket. Picked that gap very well. 2 fielders mid-wicket and long on. Pitched outside the off stump.
Well, it shows how good this wicket is still is. It's still not doing any turn, getting any turn. So it's still good, and the batters knows that and back their talent and the shot 100%, and they go for it. And by doing that, Sikuge tried to vary his ball, and he bowled another wide here.
5 runs, just single ball from that over.
So Sikuge is under pressure now.
Change of field as well. Extra cover field will move to short mid-wicket.
Let's see what Shan Jayasuriya do next.
That's good batting. Quick single.
good thinking by these batters. They get the big one and not forgetting to get the singles as well. When you get a boundary and you also capitalize by getting one or two singles so that your run rate goes higher and the required rate goes down. I know Sikuge is really trying to get a wicket here because they really need to take a wicket.
Big shout from Sikuge Prasanna.
I think pitching outside the leg.
Clearly it is. Once again he missed that delivery. Could have easily got a single for that.
Try to hit it too hard, I think. You know, sometimes a lot of batsmen tend to try to hit hard rather than time it and place it to the gap. Because we know subcontinent grounds, the outfields are lightning quick, so you don't need to hit it so hard sometimes. You just need to take the gap and place it through the gap, and most importantly, time the ball, use the pace of the ball, and you can clearly get a boundary for that.
We were talking about the umpires earlier, how hard they work. But I remember the time you gave them. You really gave them a hard time when you were bowling, when you were appealing. You never give them any chance. You would say the reasons. You should say it's pitch, middle, and leg. You should say this is how you played, and now you
Yeah.
say
No, it's yeah, true. I always try to pressurize the umpires, but it's all among the spirit of the game. We never went out of a way of sledging or having to go at the umpires. Yes, we had all the right to appeal, question. Sometimes they don't have to answer. Umpires don't have to answer for all our questions, but
But-
we make sure that he sometimes puts some pressure by appealing. That also, like I said, within the spirit of the game.
But you had all the answers as well.
That's because I was very friendly with them. I was very friendly with them, and yeah, they were good enough to give me the answers as well. And here and there, I got the advantage of getting a wicket or two.
This good bowling from Suranga Lakmal. First one, a short pitch delivery, a very quick one, and a Yorker. The second ball.
So, what do you think of this? They selectors and sometimes the players are categorized saying you are a T20 version player, you are a one-day version player, you are a test version player. So, what do you think of this?
I will never agree on that. There are ways that you could select few players, and for especially in Sri Lanka, that whoever performs well. Very well played, Angelo Jayasinha over mid wicket for 4 runs, and this is Suranga Lakmal coming in, and he was very well struck. That was just over mid wicket, and that's 4 runs again.
Well, who said Angelo can't hit boundaries? Well, Angelo is becoming a hero here. First game for his province, Colombo, and also he was a standby player for this tournament. And he was drafted in for Thirimana, who was injured in the last game, and he's doing miracles tonight for Colombo. And I'm sure the Colombo team will expect him to bat throughout the overs and get their side home.
Once again a short one, and that's given out. Very good delivery from Suranga Lakma. We were thinking of Angelo Jayasinghe that he will bat and finish the innings for Colombo, but once again a very good delivery from Suranga Lakma. He was trying to unsettle the batsman. Even earlier the first one was a short one, then a Yorker.
Well, you could call it a commentator's curse. I was just praising him and saying he's going to be a hero tonight. And there he goes. Like I said, Suranga Lakmal was mixing his deliveries and bowled a quick short length delivery, and Angelo Jayasinghe going for that pull shot, edging it to the wicket keeper. And well, it's also the Nelson, and there's a saying, especially in England, when the Nelson comes, there will be a wicket falling down. And here it got confirmed today at the R. Premadasa International Stadium in the Super Inter-Provincial tournament conducted by Sri Lanka Cricket. One team, one nation. So Colombo is 5 wickets down for 2-2-2, and the new batter is Wanidu Hasiranga, Chaturanga De Silva's brother, younger brother, from Galle, but playing for Colombo.
Also playing for Colombo Cricket Club, CCC. Played a good innings this season for CCC. They won the championship.
Been a very good youth player. Just back from the Bangladesh Youth Asia Cup winning team. Good all-rounder to have good all-rounder to have you in your team.
This is once again a tough situation for these young guys, but this is the time. Got his senior partner on the other side.
Like I said, Mali, these are the situations they should bat. You know, experience this kind of pressure situations. It's rather than just a cake for walk for a team. This is the pressure times where they should be involved, so that they learn from this, and from here onwards they can cope that pressure in the big league.
End of the 40th over, 223 for 5. Change of commentary, it will be Simon Wills with Ashley Ratnayaka.
Thank you very much, guys. 10 overs to go, starting to get to a really exciting part of the game. Colombo showed earlier today how well they bowled at the death to restrict Galle to 299. So a really crucial part of the game coming up here, and either side in a position to win it, which is pretty exciting.
Well, you're certainly right, and certainly the game hotting up, and the interest is certainly improving by every delivery that is being bowled. And Angelo Jayasinghe, goodness me, what was that shot that he played? It's such a wonderful innings that he built up, workman-like innings, and he was sticking it out there. Suranga Lakmal was teasing him and provoking him as well. Bowled the shorter delivery, came up to him and said a few things a couple of times, and got him all riled up, and he fell for the trap.
Absolutely, I think the experience of Suranga Lakmal there just came to the fore. He knew it was a flat pitch, he knew everything was against him, so he tried to play mind games, and ultimately the ego took over. He tried to take him on, and unfortunately experience won on the day.
You're certainly right, and the next delivery has been reverse swept very, very effectively. Down to the point boundary it goes for 4 runs.
Yeah, it's a fine shot, reverse sweep. You know, the field set for the leg side, and the batsman there got in a great position early on, and now the bowler's got to think about his field. Pressure back on the bowler.
You're certainly right. Hasaranga De Silva, my goodness, this youngster certainly has plenty of talent in him. A wonderful cricketer, and that was my first experience of him the last match. I was very, very impressed with him. The 49 that he scored, and also he bowled and picked up 3 wickets as well. And in his first over, he picked up 2 wickets.
Yeah, well, that's a great example of the talent that we've got on show in Sri Lanka. You know, this is a young man trying to come into his provincial team, let alone the national team, and you know, it's competition for places, and that's exactly what we want.
You're certainly right. Just 19 years old, and he plays right across the line, perhaps just out of the line of the off stump. We could see that he moved across the off stump, so that saved him. And I'm sure umpire Deepal Gunawardhan had a very, very close look at it. As you watch the replay, certainly hit outside the line there.
Yeah.
Perhaps another 2 inches to his right, he would have been gone. No question about that. So Akila Dhananjay certainly mixing it up big time.
Okay, so here we go. Boundary off the first ball, now 2 dot balls. Suddenly he's got 4 off 3 balls. Pressure back on the batsman. This is the great part of the game where the game can change very, very quickly, and pressure can move from one team to another.
Exactly right. 73 required of the final 57 deliveries, and this is the 41st over that is being bowled. And in fact, 3 deliveries of this over has already been bowled as well. And this is looking very, very interesting indeed. As the next delivery has been played in the
what a
air.
catch.
Oh my goodness, Sekoke Prasanna hangs on to a brilliant catch there, diving to his right, both hands, and taking a very, very clean and a comfortable looking catch, but certainly it didn't look as easy as the way the catch was taken.
Fantastic, very athletic. We've been going on about fielding all day, and that is another example of something that can change the game. You know, the batsman was coming in, played a lovely reverse sweep to start with, but then again pressure kicked in, and a wicket's fallen. So suddenly the rate's going up, wickets have fallen. Now this is really looking like Gauls' game to lose.
Well, you're certainly right. I personally feel now the initiative has been wrested back by the Galle team, and Nupul Taranga, well, he is certainly doing a wonderful tactical job out there, placing his good fielders in the correct positions, and he's also bringing in his stock bowlers now and making sure that he has everything under control. So this is going to be a very, very close affair, and Angelo Jayasinghe must be in the dugout ruining the fact that is it me that who has given this game away.
Well, it's hard to put it on to one player. It's a team game, and ultimately there was just those middle overs where after a flying start by Munawira, the middle overs just started to claw it back, and you know, that's where Galle got some hope. And after such a good start, Colombo will be very disappointed to be in this position.
Well, also, well, certainly you're right, Simon. And then one important factor that we have been talking about is there's plenty of youngsters who are making their debut here, and well, some who have been playing at the initial stages of their careers here, and this is the pressure that they are going through, and this is what they will be playing, and when they get into the international arena as well. So this is absolutely fantastic baptism, and they're going through very hard times, and whoever comes on top will be certainly the people who will establish themselves for the future.
Yeah, the important thing is if Galle win this, it keeps the competition right open for every team to get through to the final. So that's exciting. We don't want any real dead rubbers. So it gives everyone hope. That's the exciting thing.
Akila Dhananjay. Quicker through the air and flatter, and that has been smashed. A splendid shot indeed. Clears the dugout into the stands, I beg your pardon. 6 runs.
Yeah, it's certainly not someone that you want to bowl a long hop to. You know, he hits a clean ball at the best of times. So, you know, he needed no encouragement to stick that one over the ropes.
Well, you are certainly right. A long hop indeed. The batsman had plenty of time. Just heaved at it, off the meat of the bat. And the ball just sailing in the air into the stand. Wonderful shot indeed. Connected it well. Though it's a long hop, though it's a loose delivery, you've still got to put it away.
Absolutely. And again, another player that's been informed recently. So, you know, he'll be encouraged to play shots on this wicket on the back of some decent form.
Oh yes, Kisara Pereira, wonderful batsman indeed. When he connects, they stay connected, packs plenty of power and a lot of punch in his shots as well. certainly will be something that Sri Lanka will be banking on as they go to the Champions Trophy and also the future T20 games as well. All that is required from him is to have a steady head and settle down and show a little bit of maturity, and that's what is expected. Next delivery using the pace, that's wonderful stuff indeed. Loving the ball to virtually go past him, Jai Singh, and just nudging that ball, opening the face of the bat, running the ball down to the third man region. After that, running it good fielding. Good stuff indeed. Good bowling, good batting, and lovely fielding as well. The throw coming in quick and fast, flat to the wicketkeeper's hands, just over the bails. And it is very, very good stuff indeed. I'm very much impressed with the fielding. Apart from a few blemishes here and there, it had been virtually, I would say, 98% success. Surangala streaming in, short delivery, and it has been pulled. Keeping in mind, yes, there is a deep square leg field on the boundary line. This Pereira very intelligently playing that shot to fall halfway down and go on the bounce to the fielder at the boundary line.
Yeah, very conscious not trying to pitch the ball up too much to Tisara here, because they know that he'll be coming back pretty quickly. So they'll be trying to bowl back of a length in at his hip, with the field set accordingly.
Point, extra cover mid-off, a long on, a short mid-wicket, a deep square leg, a deep fine leg, and a deep third man. This is a field that has been set, and there's a sweeper cover in the offside as well. Right arm over the wicket, and this time the batsman squeezing it off his feet towards the square leg region. Picks up a single. There was an appeal, perhaps Surangala thought the ball hit the pad first. As we watch a replay, certainly there was no chance of that being given out, way out of the leg stump, and the batsman did well to get some bat onto it, Jai Singh, and playing that ball towards the square leg region. Mr. Rapeta settles over his bat, gives a customary kiss, and settles over the bat. A lot of players have various kinds of things they do. Some will kiss the bat, some will kiss the top of the handle, and so many gestures, so many things. It's wonderful stuff indeed, and so many personal feelings as well. As Lakmal comes and bowls short, and this has been hammered. Well, this Pereira was waiting for that. A half pitch delivery, and he had to reach out for it. He did reach it out very well, and down to the extra cover region, 4 runs.
Yeah, it was kind of a tennis shot in the end, wasn't it? It was kind of a two-handed backhand tennis shot.
Swat.
Yeah, absolutely. But he hit it clean. It was effective, and like you say, there's no video camera in the scorebook, so it's 4 runs.
Well, you are certainly right. Well, goodness me, some of the shots these youngsters are playing now, if some of my old cricketing coaches were to see, they probably will be turning in their graves.
Just shows how far the game's come in the last 10 years.
Oh my goodness, yes, absolutely. And that comes Lakmal bowls again, and this time the ball has been driven down the ground, but there is a mid-off fielder who makes a diving stop, rolls over the ground, and makes sure the scoring is limited to only 1 run. Good bit of fielding as well. In the good old days, I think most of the cricketers used to play in the V area, either through the mid-on or the mid-off. We were always told to play straight, hold the bat as straight as possible, and even the pull shots and the cut shots. They were not very encouraged to play when we were youngsters. It was only when we got into the senior side in school that we played those free shots as well.
Saranga Lakmal here needs a wicket. Pushing hard here, Galle, with their experienced bowlers. They realise if they can get 2 more wickets here, that the game's there for the taking. Rate is about 7 and over, so they need to take wickets, because with these 2 experienced players in the middle, the longer they're there, then the less chance of Galle winning this match.
41 overs completed, 241 for the loss of 6 wickets, and Colombo requires a further 59 of just 48 deliveries. The intensity is picking up, the pressure is building up, and it is anyone's game at the moment. And certainly I feel the pendulum has slightly swung towards the goal side. And if they pick up one more wicket here, and if that wicket is going to be of Thisara Pereira, my goodness, they will be celebrating.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a dangerous player at this stage of the game. But also, if they can get him out, then Galle will really be moving forwards with confidence to finish this game off. But anybody's at this stage, and hopefully it goes right down to the wire.
You're certainly right. And Angelo, or rather Jai Singh, has moved to 12, and Thisara Pereira has got to 23. Thisara Pereira has got to 12, and Shehan Jayasuriya has got to 23. Total on 241, requires a further 59 of just 48 deliveries. The field is spread far and wide, but there is a slip fielder in place for Akila against Thisara Pereira.
Yeah, I like these tactics. Got to take a wicket now. You know, can't just sit back hoping that the runs won't come. Got to take wickets.
Yes, hit back and taken on the bounce by Akila Dhananjaya cleanly. No chance of a misfield. Suranga Lakmal at long on, and there's a long off as well, a sweeper cover. And the next delivery, oh, lovely carry, lovely bounce, lovely length as well. Thisara Pereira fending at it, lucky not to get to touch. Good delivery. So certainly that certainly would have hit a crack, if not opening for that ball to bounce the way that it did, and also the amount of spin that you saw.
Oh, beautifully here this over.
This is fabulous bowling indeed.
You know, the killer here is going to bowl his 10 overs for under 50 runs, which is a fantastic effort from a young spinner on this very, very flat pitch.
You're certainly right. Here he comes. Oh, he has beaten Thisara Pereira 3 consecutive times. The ball virtually kissing the outside edge, and that's a maiden over as well. The 42nd over has gone as a maiden over. Wonderful stuff indeed by the young man, being congratulated by all his teammates. 42 overs completed in the Colombo innings, 241 for 6. And Jayasuriya, Shehan Jayasuriya is on 23, Thisara Pereira is on 13. They require for the 51. Yes, 51, and to win this match, so it's going to be a very, very close affair indeed.
Certainly is. You know, what a special over that was. A maiden at any stage of the game is special, but at this stage, that is crucial for Galle moving forward with only 7 overs to go.
Well, Simon, bowling a maiden to Thisara Pereira, goodness. So that speaks volume of the young man's bowling abilities, and his confidence has come back. He certainly was spinning the ball well, getting it past the bat, and also got the length spot on, just outside the off stump with some sharp turn, sharp bite of the wicket. Now, that is very, very interesting to see indeed.
Very encouraging, and all bodes well for the future.
Flat track, hardly any grass, and as Simon said in his earlier pitch inspection report, it was certainly going to be a wicket with full of runs. Yes, we have seen plenty of runs, more than 500 runs already on the board, and it's going to be easily 600 before this match ends.
So that means you think Colombo are going to win then, eh?
Well, at least close to at least close to 600. So I may have to rephrase that statement.
Impartial view, obviously.
I believe so. Yes.
Anyway, change of bowling. Suranga Lakmal is now off. Young Seamer back on. So we'll see how he goes under pressure here. Really big test for the young man.
Very much so. 59 required of 42 deliveries. 44th over just about to begin. And the first delivery has been hammered down the ground, but not with that much of power. Perhaps a little bit of pace of the delivery was taken by the bowler on the follow through. He put his hand up. Maybe it just touched his fingers, whichever the way, fielded by the mid-off fielder. Only 1 run though to Jayasuriya. He moves to 24, and Thisara Pereira is on 12, and he's at strike now. And the field, there is a point, a short extra cover. Mid-off standing a little square, not maybe in the 30-yard circle, I would say. Sweeper cover. There's a long on, a mid-wicket, a deep mid-wicket, and a deep square leg as well. And this time down the
That
leg
was a great
side,
take.
and very well collected by the wicket keeper, diving to his right, one hand outstretched, taking it cleanly and rolling over. Wonderful bit of keeping indeed.
Yeah, it's a great take under pressure here, because if that ball disappears to the boundary, not only is it a wide, but it's 4 extra runs as well. So a superb bit of work there by the keeper. But this is the pressure, you see. Tesoro Pereira standing there, young man running into bowl, and just going a little bit too tight to the body, and obviously gives away a wide. But great learning experience for this young man, having to run in the bowl, a quality player under pressure, nothing better.
Chamikara Karunaratne, yes, and he certainly seems to be having Tisera Perra in all sorts of difficulties, as well as he was shaping to pull that ball, maybe a little bit too closer to him, pitched it up, and Karunaratne has been doing some fantastic work out in the field as well. They've been fielding brilliantly, sending in the throws, quick fire throws, and also running around and saving quite a number of runs as well. So this all goes well when you see the youngsters out there in the field, the enthusiasm, and they're certainly giving it everything that they have. Wonderful stuff really. Here he is, right arm over wicket for the fine. And he bowls a full toss, and that have been smashed. Yes, that have been smashed by Tisera Perra down to the long off boundary for 4 runs.
Yeah, again, just pressure, bowled the wide ball, the ball before, and there, full toss to Tesoro Pereira. He isn't going to miss out on those. It's the second full toss they bowled at him, and he's put it away, punished them.
That's certainly right. Perhaps I wonder whether the bowler is having any difficulty in gripping the ball. There must be some dew out there as well. And when the ball hits the turf and runs on the turf, maybe there is a little bit of wetness as well. We don't see any towels out there to clean the ball as such. Though we see some of the bowlers giving
Heart rate will be pumping at this moment as a young player, just hoping that his A game's going to come to the fore. That's a good comeback, very good comeback.
takes a quick look at the toe end of his bat, and we see a few spectators have made their way into this giant stadium as well. Wonderful spectacle indeed, the lights in full bloom, and then to the right of us we see the blue and the yellow seats on the upper stands, and on the lower stands right in front of us, once again the yellows and the blues mixed up beautifully, bring a lot of color indeed. And with the crowd here, I can just picture the flags waving and everybody on their feet, and with the noise behind and the sound as well. What a wonderful spectacle it makes, and that certainly will be when next time there is international match in this venue.
Yeah, all he's thinking here is anything but a boundary. Anything but a boundary, and I'm doing my job as a bowler. And then suddenly that rate can quickly get up to 10 and over in the next couple of overs. So big pressure. Well bowled. Right in at the block hole there. And a great piece of fielding out on the boundary. Once again, keeping it just to a single run when possibly there was 2 available.
Well, you're certainly right. 52 required, 37 deliveries remaining. And it's Simon Wills joining me in giving you these ball-by-ball commentaries from the Ketarama International Stadium in this Super Provincial cricket tournament being played between Colombo and Galle province teams. And it's a all-win situation for Galle. They are lying at the bottom of the table at the moment, whereas Colombo is at the 2nd position, and they certainly will want to go from strength to strength, but at the same time Galle fighting hard, fighting very hard indeed to make a win in this match, and they certainly have made some gains here, and let's see what the result would be.
Oh, shot. That's a fine shot. Good improvisation there with the men up into the ring. Obviously knew it was going to be full, and played kind of a paddle shot.
Dill
scoop. That's the one. Sorry, dill scoop over the fielders, and it ran away for 4.
Yes, Shehan Jayasuriya, a very compact batsman, takes his chances. A premeditated shot even before the bowler could come to the delivery stride. He had positioned himself and played that ball safely and down to the boundary for 4 runs. So there we see the end of the 44th over Colombo chasing 300 to win have got to 252 for the loss of 6 wickets with Shehan Jayasuriya in the middle and Thisara Pereira.
Yeah, so it's a simple maths at the moment. 8 and over required. So again, field inside, just thinking really no boundaries. If you're not going for a boundary and you're over now, then you're doing a great job. Very happy to take just run a ball because again the run rate suddenly goes up in these latter overs.
You're certainly right. 44 was completed, 6 remaining, and this is wonderful stuff indeed. High intensity and plenty of pressure as well on both the fielding side as well as the batting side. It's a close game, but of course now, apart from the fielding side who have some youngsters there, the two batsmen out there in the middle have seen it all before.
Absolutely, but Upal going for his experience now. Saranga coming in, he's still got 3 overs to complete his allotment of 10 overs, so I expect him to bowl out from this end. It's just who's going to bowl with him at the far end for the other 3 overs. So the captain's got a bit to think about here, but he's backing his experience to do the job for him.
Well, you're certainly right. Right on the dot, Simon. It's Suranga Lakman who has been given the ball by Upal Taranga. And this time he has set his field, a strong offside field. There is a point fielder standing quite square, and there is, in fact, 2 fielders in very close position on the offside, standing very square to the wicket. And there is a deep third man at sweeper cover, a short extra cover, and there's a long off, a long on, and the deep mid wicket has been positioned a little bit squarer now. He was standing quite round, and he's been pushed back on the other way, and also we see a short fine leg as well. So Suranga Lakmal, margin for error is very, very limited here. He will have to bowl wicket to wicket. If not, it has to be on middle and off.
Yeah, absolutely. Great contest between 2 experienced players. Who's going to come off?
Whoa, Suranga Lakmal maybe losing the grip on that delivery on that occasion. Wide outside the off stump. Very, very rarely you see him bowling wides, but he did on this occasion. Maybe a little bit of pressure getting onto him as well, as we see quickly a fielder coming in and having a small chat with him. Now this is good stuff indeed. There is plenty of communication, encouragement, motivation, and all this is required as well. And it's good stuff indeed.
This is where all your practice in the nets over a period of time comes in. You know, you're standing at the top of your mark. You should know what exactly your game plan is going to be. You're going to back yourself, and then it's just down to pure execution. And that's when we see how much work's been going on in the nets.
Lakmal drives, but there's a fielder placed at short extra cover and fields it very cleanly and has an attempt to throw down the non-striker in stumps, but that was just a gesture. Ball held back. Meek requires 47 Colombo to win this match. 35 deliveries remaining.
Very interesting field here on the offside with the 2 men behind point, the cover boundary and the 3rd man, which tends to suggest he's going to bowl a wide offside Yorker. But you know, we'll just have to wait and see who wins this one, because giving Talanga width is always a danger.
Well, you're certainly right. Well, Suranga Lakmal, well, was that a chance?
Looks like it. Looks like it's a drop catch by the body language of the fielding team and the bowler there. Would have been a huge opportunity for Galle. Hopefully, it's not going to go against them with the result of this game.
Well, you're certainly right. Dimut Karunatha was a man at short extra cover. Yes, it was hit in the air. Oh, that would have been a dolly of a catch. It just went at him straight. All Dimut Karunatha do was get his hands on it. He did get his hands on it, but his body was not positioned, and he was off balance, and perhaps that contributed to drop that ball. What a chance that perhaps has gone down.
All starting to happen again in these last few overs, isn't it? It's all when the game's there for the taking, and little mistakes are just starting to come in from the Galle team.
Well, you're certainly right. So Suranga Lakmal certainly will be kicking himself. What is it that I got to do to pick up a wicket? Comes some balls, and this time the ball has been hammered. And it has been hammered handsomely indeed. Picked up with consummate ease, and the ball has been thrashed down towards the long off region. and clears the boundary, 6 runs.
Yeah, as I say, width is always a danger with Tissara, so he really had to get it in the block hole from a point of view of length, and unfortunately on this occasion he's bowled a half volley that's got pumped straight down the ground for Tissara to have 6 runs on his score.
Well, you are certainly right, and immediately a few field changes being done by Taranga, who's standing at long on right on the boundary line. A very strange place for the captain to stand in as well. These crucial overs, he should be feeling somewhere a little closer, where he could have a chat with the bowler and maybe carry out some of these changes as well. But fancies himself as perhaps an outfielder, and Suranga Lakmal immediately makes some changes his line. He wants to come right arm over the wicket now to the left-hander. Here he is trudging in now past the umpire. Once again just short of length, allowing the batsman to rock onto the back foot, punch it sweetly timed for Dimut Karna to do the cleaning up.
Yeah, got to say I prefer the round the wicket option to Tissara at this stage. Surprised there's not a deep mid wicket out, but we'll just have to see what kind of line he's trying to bowl. But cramping the batsman. Neither of these guys really play the paddle sweep, so you could bring your fine leg up into the ring on the 45 and push mid wicket back, but doesn't look to be happening at this stage.
Well, you're certainly right. This is where the thinking cap has to be put on by the captain and the bowler as well. And once again played down the ground, couldn't field cleanly on the follow through. Suranga Lakmal diving to his right, trying to cut it off. Maybe got a hand to it and took the pace off, but still couldn't prevent the single being taken. Yes, something different will have to be done by Taranga. Now he needs a wicket now. 39 required of 31 deliveries. So it's slowly now swinging back towards the Colombo Provincial side. 39 of 31 is not a difficult task at all.
No, at the moment now these two experienced players, both in their 20s, should take the responsibility to see their team home. But one wicket and a new batsman in, and again the game can quickly swing back into Gould's favour.
Well, you're certainly right. And this has been hit in the air. Is it going to clear the fielder? Yes, it has just cleared the fielder, and has not been able to recover the fielder and pick that ball up before it went past the boundary line. Down to the boundary it goes, 4 runs again.
Yeah, even a miss hit goes to a boundary. He done him on length there, Saranga, high on the bat, and he's got over the infield and got a good bounce for that ball to go over the boundary.
Well, yes, it seems nothing is going right now for the Galle province team of Taranga. Was looking at that and wondering. They couldn't take the catch, they couldn't save the boundary, and Suranga Lakmal also looks distraught out there, and they just probably don't have that little bit of extra luck that is required at this stage of the game.
Yeah, also just not quite convinced on the game plans. There's been a change pretty much every ball in that over. So someone like Tissara Pereira, you really do need to have clear thought so that you can just focus on executing the skill. And to me, it just looks a little bit of not disagreement, but differences of opinion on how they should be bowling at Tissara. And that's now going in their favour. But saying that, they did have a drop catch, and that could be crucial. Got to take your catches at this stage of the game.
Well, you're certainly right. A batsman in full flow, a batsman in the caliber of Tissara Pereira certainly would want to put anything short, anything up there for him, it will disappear. And all what you would probably will have to do is cramp him up.
Okay, so we're into the 45th over.
46th though.
46th over. So another opportunity for this young man to try and get his skills in the right place. Could become a hero or a villain, I feel, at this stage of the game.
Well, you're certainly right. And here he is bowling to Shahanjai. So wide appeal indeed, but umpire unmoored Lyndon Hannibal. I wonder whether it was for a leg before. It had to be. Let's see the replays now. Ooh, that looked
close.
very, very close indeed. Maybe the angle of the delivery was
Might
going
just have hit him
across.
outside. Very tight on the line. Might just have hit him outside.
Very, very tight call indeed. Very tight call indeed. But going in favor of the batsman, Shehan Jaiswal survives. Shehan Jaiswal survives. 45th over in progress. 265 for 6 Colombo. Requires a further 35 runs of just 29 deliveries. Welcome Sajid. Very close match indeed. Plenty of intensity, high pressure, and a lot of drama as well in the middle.
Yes, I was enjoying the view from the other box as well. Well, these are the, like I mentioned earlier, Ashley, these are the pressure times, situations. These boys should compete because at the highest level you get plenty of opportunities, situations like this to handle, and this is the idea playing these kind of tournaments, because you get customized and get used to handling these kind of pressure situations and absorb that pressure, and that's where the good players come out.
Through.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, you're certainly right, Sajid. Very wise words indeed, and a bouquet to the Sri Lanka cricket for setting this super provincial tournament with 4 teams drawn from the Colombo province, Dambulla province, Kandy province, and the Galle province, and all top level cricketers and plenty of national cricketers as well, and plenty of youngsters have come through as well, Sajid, and they're putting a lot of pressure on the senior players as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's the idea of playing these tournaments. Like if you see IPL, a lot of Indian domestic players rub shoulders with the great players around the world, and they do learn a lot and share, the experienced players, the stars share their experiences with these young talent, and you see within the course of the tournaments how far these young domestic players have come up in India. You see more than franchise players, the foreign players, the Indian domestic young players are doing well at the moment in the IPL. So that's something I think Sri Lanka cricket is looking forward to as well. Something similar to the SLPL we played a couple of years ago. We need something like this as well. I think that will be the next step for Sri Lanka cricket. At the meantime, these kind of tournaments are very welcomed, and by the players as well, because they can come out, showcase their talent, and this is the cream of players, like you said, the best 60 players in the country, competing, and also the coaching staff as well, who's helping these guys out, are having a good knowledge.
Well, you're certainly right. Shamika Karunath, the youngster, certainly bending his back and trying to do as much as he can. A pressure situation for him, the youngster, but bowling well within himself. There have been that odd loose ball that have been punished by Tissera Pereira. There was a full toss in the previous over. It was thrash towards extra coverage and for a wonderful boundary by him. So margin for error by the bowlers is very, very little here. 2 experienced batsmen out there in the middle, and Tissera Pereira is not going to allow any loose delivery to go past him.
It's a very good learning for this youngster. And he's doing a great job. Dot balls at this time, it's like gold. So that was another dot ball, and I think he ended up a good over.
Absolutely. 46 overs have been completed, and the target is 300. And Colombo has moved to 268 for the loss of 6 wickets. Shehan Jaiswal is out there, and so is Tissera Pereira. The two of them battling away, and the Galle Provincial team certainly putting up a very good fight here now. Ultaranga realizes if he loses this match, he's out of the tournament. But if he does win, it will actually open up the tournament even more competitively, Sajid, and that's what one would like to see. Not that one would want Colombo to lose this match, but if Galle win this match, the tournament will become wide open, and there will be equal opportunities for all 4 teams to get to the next stage.
Definitely, and we all expect games like this. And like I said, I'll repeat it again. These are the situations where you like to as a player to play, because you learn from this. And like you see, the experienced players of Taranga sharing some views and planning what to do next, because this over, I think, is a very crucial over for Colombo as well as Galle. I think this because Dashun Shanaka has been taken up to bowl, and he has yet to bowl in this match, and he gets the 47th over to bowl, which is a crucial over. And just imagine the pressure he's going through. And this is again, like I'm repeating again, these are the situations these players should play, so that this is all about learning and getting your standards higher and higher to go and compete with the best of the world.
Well, you are certainly right, and I can imagine the confidence that Upul Taranga as a captain must be having on Dasun Shanaka to bring him at this stage. So this augurs well. Bring the youngster in, put him into the frying pan, let him deliver the goods, and certainly make himself a star here as well. So the opportunity is being given. 32 required of 24 deliveries. Dasun Shanaka bowls, and these have been hit in the air. Is there a man coming under it? In fact, two fielders coming under it. It has been taken, and the gamble of Upul Taranga pays, and there is a wicket that has fallen, and the wicket is Tisara Pereira.
Yes, and a brilliant catch from Chaturanga De Silva from the square leg boundary. He had to run about 20-30 meters, and also there's the fine leg who was coming towards him, and that was added pressure. But knowing Chaturanga De Silva as a brilliant fielder, he kept himself calm and held into a brilliant vital catch to dismiss Shahan Jayasuriya.
It was my fault. I thought it was Tisara Pereira who was out, but it is Shahan Jayasuriya, the batsman, crossing in the middle, and wonderful catch indeed. And Dasun Shanaka, my goodness, coming at such a crucial time of the match and being gambled by Upul Taranga, and the gamble has paid.
Yes, definitely. And Sachitra Senanayaka walks into the middle, another experienced campaigner who can handle his bat. We have seen him getting hundreds in the domestic level competition. So I know this is a little bit higher standards, but giving some support towards Tisara and getting 10 or 15 runs will be a vital role which Sachitra Senanayaka will have to do tonight.
Well, you are right, Sajid. In fact, the last match which Colombo played at the NCC grounds, it was a pressure match for them against the Kandy, and Colombo pulled off that match and won it. And in that match, there was a short cameo that was played by Sachitra Senanayaka. I was there to witness that match. 18 runs in just 6 deliveries, and that helped them to get to a good sizable score and win the match at the end very comfortably as well.
Well, what a great job Dashun Shanaka is doing for Galle. He had to come and bowl his first over in the 47th over, took a wicket with his first delivery and a dot ball next.
As he throw it away and bowling a full toss on the leg side, yes he has, and that have been hammered down towards the mid-wicket Reedon by Tisara Pereira. Down to the boundary it goes for 4 runs.
I think he tried his best to bowl a Yorker, and like you said, margin for error is very, very low in this game of cricket, and also when it comes to a tight situation like this, and Tisara Pereira just making use of it, full use of it, of a full toss delivery, dispatches to the square leg boundary.
The field spread far and wide now as Dasun Shanaka takes to the top of the mark, turns and comes streaming in, once again tries the Yorker, this time taken on the full and driven down towards the long on region. Suranga Lakmal fields safely and sends a return in quickly before the batsman can even think of taking the second run. And it's Sachitra Senanayaka who will face the next delivery for the first time. 27 required of just 20 deliveries now, And Utaranga quickly goes across to Dasun Chanaka, has a chat with him. And Suranga Lakmal perhaps is also walking up to have a chat, maybe plan out their game plan, the strategies, the tactics. They all know that Sachita Seranayaka will certainly swing his bat, swing at anything that comes his way. And they might fancy their chance of picking up a wicket here as well. As he makes a few changes in the field, there is a deep mid wicket, and the mid wicket being placed quite square as well. And there is a short square leg, a third man, a point fielder, an extra cover, a long off, and then also sweeper cover and a long on as well. The Putaranga, the captain, fielding at the boundary line. 272 for 6. 46 overs having completed. The 47th over in progress. Colombo requires 27 of just 20 runs. Sachita Seranayaka, what is going on in his mind? Is he going to swing this, push for a single and give the strike to Thisara Perera? Let's see what happens. Well, Sachita Seranayaka fancies that he's a good bat. He was not going to push for any singles and give the strike to Thisara Perera. That was a full delivery on midland leg, coming on the front foot and playing with the angle bat into the gap for the towards the mid-wicket region, and picks up 2 runs. So he's not going to hang around there. He's going to throw his bat at everything, Sachit.
Definitely, and a lot of thought going into each and every delivery Dasun Chanak is bowling, and every delivery we could see a change of field.
Once again, well pitched up delivery in line with the stumps. Well, he certainly is bowling to the best of his ability, and these are crucial times. And that was not a bad over at all, apart for that 4 runs that he gave off, that full toss bowled on the leg side. But apart from that, a neat over, picked up a wicket as well.
Yeah, very crucial wicket as well. And also, hands up for him to come and you've got to be gutty, big-hearted lad to come and bowl your first over on the 47th over, and a situation like this especially. Not like, Galle is cruising. If you're cruising and you're coming to bowl, then you're expected to bowl a good over, but when it's tight and a lot of pressure and a lot of things are expected from you, from the skipper and the team, to come and bowl at a position situation like this, you could say the boy has a big heart.
Well, you're certainly right. Colombo requires for the 24 runs. The final 3 overs, the 48th over just about to begin. How crucial, Sajid, is a drop chance by Dimut Karunaratne off the bat of Thisara Perera when the bowler was Suranga Lakmal.
Well, I can tell only when these last 18 deliveries are gone, then I can tell how crucial that catch was.
Sajid is playing it safe. Nobody will want to drop a catch at any stage of a match, and Dimut Karunaratne certainly is a man with a big heart, but he did drop that catch. And the next delivery short, and that have been punched on the back foot, punched very effectively indeed, down to the extra cover boundary. The ball flies, and that's 4 runs.
Well, he looked like a top order batsman for me. A brilliant shot on the off, on the up, on the back foot, cover driven, just like a top order batter, like I said. So, like I said earlier as well, he could handle the bat. He has been in the league for a while, played at the highest, faced so many fast bowlers, top class bowlers in the world. So he has that confidence, and he has got hundreds for his home team SSC in the domestic arena. So he's backing himself to get this 20 runs for Colombo.
Well, you're certainly right. Shamika Karunaratne bends his back, and the length is very, very crucial in these few deliveries that is remaining in the match now. Anything short, anything pitched up is going to be hammered. So Shamika Karunaratne, as we have been discussing over and over again, margin for error is extremely low here, and if at all there's no opportunity at all to make any errors, so Shamika Karunaratne will have to be spot on And if he's going to make any kind of pressure on the batsman, he will have to be spot on and to keep things as tight as possible. So Tisarapera on strike now. 33 to his credit. Batting very, very confidently. And that's a good delivery on midline leg. Pitched up to him. Tisarapera going for a pull. Maybe the delivery a little bit too closer to him than what he anticipated. Anyhow, gets some bat onto it. The ball runs down towards the mid-wicket region. And Colombo requires further another 18 runs of just 15 deliveries. Well, I would say if you look at it from a statistic point of view, Sajid, Colombo perhaps has the advantage now.
Oh, definitely. This is very gettable unless they do something really silly. Let's hope for the best for the both teams. It could be a tie.
Well, yes, you never know how it could be. There have been a tie in this series before, and Colombo was featured in that match with the captain Chandimal going on to make 100, but still not being able to win the match for them.
Well, the reason them being Colombo being in the second in this group is because of that tie match.
That's a good delivery, good comeback by the bowler, cramping Sachit Trisaranaika on that occasion, just short of length, rising delivery. All he could do was fend it, but there is no terrors at all right now for the Colombo side. They have 14 deliveries just to get 17 runs, maybe just 3 scoring shots, and all will be over. Or on the other hand, if Galle manages to pick up a wicket here, well, this match is going to open up again, and it certainly will look very, very, very close indeed. 283 on the board for 7 wickets, 48th over in progress. Short delivery, the batsman tries to pull it, maybe got a little bit of glove, if not the ball hit the top end of the bat, and the ball played down towards the mid-wicket region, picked up and since returned, but not before the batsman has completed 1. So Sachit Trisaranaika moves to 9, Tisarapera on 34, target is 300, 284 for 7 Colombo, 16 required of just 13 deliveries.
Well, just one big hit from here will be a runner ball, which is so gettable, and Tisarapera, he can go big here, and he does. It's gone to the orbit.
Well, he did. I think Sajid, he heard you. You said one big hit and it will run a ball, and that's what he did. Wonderful hit indeed. Clean hit into the stands, 6 runs.
Well, we all know what he can do. And then, like you said, he heard me saying that, just went for it. He's so powerful, you know. We always call him a power player, big hitter. You know, he can just take away a game from you. And he was just waiting for it, I think, because sometimes when the field is set, you can predict the bowler. You know what kind of a delivery is coming at you, and he knew it's going to be a short pitch delivery, and he was waiting for it, made his base, and just went for it, and it just went a long, long way.
Well, you're certainly right. Bludgeoned, so to say, and that was a fully blooded shot. Connected it beautifully, timed it beautifully, and the ball just sailed into the stands. What a wonderful hit indeed. And certainly Dinesh Chandimal and the Colombo Provincial team must be heaving a sigh of relief there, and the Galle team just wondering what they need to do now, because they have tried everything possible. They have fought hard. I'm sure they can hold their heads high. Even if they lose this match, there's still 10 runs required of 12 deliveries. It can be anybody's match, yet this is a game of glorious uncertainties. You don't know what will happen until the final delivery is bowled. But whichever the case, Upul Taranga certainly can be proud of his young team. They have given the Colombo Provincial team quite a good run, and they scored a very mammoth 299, And here we are, the Colombo side chasing it by pacing their innings beautifully. They got to 290 now, 10 runs required with just 12 balls remaining.
Malinda Pushpakumara has been brought back. They have been working with the fast bowlers for the last couple of overs, and Upul Tharanga just trying to change the pace, bringing back their left arm spinner, expecting a wicket.
Well, Sachitra Seranayaka moves in the crease, makes a little room for himself, and plays a brilliant inside-out shot over the extra cover boundary line, 6 runs.
What a shot by Sachitra. He's looking really good out there, just like a top order bat. So much confidence.
Well, is it the final scoring shot that we have seen? No, there is a field at a deep extra cover, comes around, picks it up, and the total has now moved to 297, or is it just 294? We have 2 different scores on the small digital screen and the giant scoreboard as well. Let's see what it is. Anyhow, it says 297. So 3 runs required.
I think actually this could be the last scoring shot.
Well, you're certainly right. Thisara is not going to hang around. He certainly will be swinging his bat. Here he is. Well, he does swing the bat. A beautiful shot down the ground with a lot of power. But it had been covered just inside the boundary line. Century return, but not before Thisara completes a single. So he moves to 40. Sachitra Seranayaka also has gone to 41. And Sachitra has how many number of boundaries, Chaminda? So 1-4 and 1-6 in that innings of his. He has only 16. So I think we have different figures being shown here on the TV screen. Perhaps a little bit of a mismatch. Sachitra has got only 16, yes. And Thisara has 41. To his credit. So 298 with that single. 2 required of 7 deliveries. Are we going into the final over or no? Just 1 required of 7 now. The 49th over being bowled, the final delivery, and that have been hammered down towards a long off region. Thisara crosses across, saunters, and he picks up the single, the winning run. Yes, takes his gloves off, and the 7th match in the series of the Super Provincial tournament has come to an end here at the Kitaram International Stadium. The match between Colombo and Galle, and Colombo winning the match very, very comfortably with 3 wickets to spare.
What a run chase by Colombo. A brilliant platform set up by Dilshan Munavira and Angelo Jayasinghe, especially Munavira, who scored his 86 quickly so that the middle order batters can come and take their time, settle in, and just bat through. And for Galle, I think they did score a little bit, about 20 runs less. They were going well at a time to get about 320, and they fell short of about 20 runs, and it shows at the end.
Colombo winning highlights are coming, Sajid. Yes, well, wonderful stuff indeed. And now we see the highlights of the Colombo innings. That was the first wicket that fell. And then there was a wonderful partnership for the 2nd wicket. And we see a soaring 6 being scored as well. Shots all around the wicket. Dancing down the wicket and hammering it down the ground. And the next delivery, the batsman just going across the stumps and pulling it down towards the mid-wicket region. A full repertoire of shots all around the wicket. And this is a wonderful chase indeed by Colombo.
They were cruising at the start, and they a couple of wickets just kept them at bay. And Thisara being there managed to pull it through. That's Angelo Jayasinghe getting out, and a brilliant catch by Sikuge Prasanna. And those are the big shots coming from Tisera Pereira.
Well, when he hits a ball, it stays hit. You could see a couple of deliveries ending up in the stands, and yes, you will see one of them.
And that was the winning run scored by Tisera Pereira. And Colombo winning by 3 wickets, chasing a big score of 300 runs.
ජය ගන්නට හැකි වසන් කරනට නොම හැකි වසන්තය ගෙන එමු අපි ආශ්වාස ප්‍රාශ්වාසයෙන් පවා ස්ථානගත වෙන්න එක් වෙලා இலங்கை பாலத்தை உலகுக்கு காட்டி இலங்கை ஆற்றலை உலகுக்கு சொல்லி இலங்கை கிரிக்கெட் நாமத்தை உயர்த்தி இலங்கையர் நாம் முன்னேர் செல்வோம்
So here we have the batting card of the Colombo team chasing 300 to win, and they got there with 3 wickets remaining in the 49th over. Chandimal making 17, the captain Dilshan Munawira, my goodness, he's the one who set the entire innings up. 86 of just 54 deliveries, and he was well supported by Angelo Jayasinghe, who got 70 of 99. Jayasuriya picked up 31 of 29. Kitru and Vitanage 27. Gunasekara, no luck for him, no score. Sachitra Serenaka was not out on 16 at the end. And Hasaranga, well, he fell for 5. And Tisera Pereira, my goodness, bludgeoned the ball. 41 of just 29 deliveries. So some fantastic performances out there, particularly from Dilshan Munawira. Well, bowling for Galle, the Galle Provincial team. Suranga Lakmal, pretty expensive, 2 for 61. Karunaratna low luck, 52 in his 7 overs. Pushpakumara 1 for 54. Sekuge Prasanna 2 for 59. Bowled in patches. His second spell was brilliant, but he was very, very poor in his first spell. And Dhananjay picking up 1 for 41, and Dasun Shanaga picking up 1 for 8. And in that score of 300 for 7. Summary of the match: Galle batting first, winning the toss, making 299 for 9. Uputaranga making a swashbuckling 101. Dimut Karunaratna a supportive 78. And Dhananjay De Silva propping up the innings in the middle with a wonderful 51. Colombo chasing 300 to win the match, making 300 for 7. Dilshan Munawira making 80. And Jayasinghe making 70, and Tisera Pereira being not out on 41. So Colombo winning the match by 3 wickets. Now we will hand you over to Malinda Varapura for the presentation.
Very good evening, everyone. We are here for the presentation ceremony. We have Mr. Aruna De Silva, Executive Committee member from Sri Lanka Cricket, to announce the man of the match. And it's Dilshan Munawira from Colombo team. Dilshan. Dilshan, chasing 300 runs. What were your thoughts?
Actually, the wicket was a good wicket, so I was just backing myself and trying to make use of the power play. So I think it was a good start. Me and Angelo built up a good partnership. I think that made the platform to chase this 300 target.
Number 3 batsman was Angelo Jayasinghe. How was it support for you?
Yeah, he played his part, and when the strike needed to be rotated, he did it really nicely. And so I think there was a 100-run partnership when we lost the first wicket in the first over. So I think it was a crucial partnership in this run chase.
People will say, why 86? Dilshan Munawira would have gone for 100.
Yeah, obviously I think that was the negative point of that innings. I was trying to get a boundary in the first part of the over, so unfortunately I couldn't do it. So hopefully in the future I would try to score big runs.
Well done, Dilshan, and that's it from the presentation ceremony. Thank you.
ජය ගන්නට හැකි වසන් කරනට නොම හැකි වසන්තය ගෙන එමු අපි ආශ්වාස ප්‍රාශ්වාසයෙන් පවා ස්ථානගත වෙන්න එක් වෙලා இலங்கை பாலத்தை உலகுக்கு காட்டி இலங்கை ஆற்றலை உலகுக்கு சொல்லி இலங்கை கிரிக்கெட் நாமத்தை உயர்த்தி இலங்கையர் நாம் முன்னேர் செல்வோம்